By the way, this place is gorgeous.
You the first time here, huh?
Congratulations,
Thanks,
man.
brother.
Whoever painted those walls.
I did.
Brian did.
Brian
Brian
did.
took him 7 days.
I did it with a brush.
Yeah.
And you go left foot or right foot when you paint?
I do both, and it's funny because my teacher taught me to do both because you have to do both.
You paint upside down on your hands, right?
I
with
do.
your feet?
I paint upside down. So when Michelangelo painted the Sistine Chapel, one of the 7 wonders of
Inspiration.
humanity,
Inspiration
well,
for
he went blind. The paint kept dripping into his eyes.
Sure.
When Beatrice, I think his girlfriend, said, "You're not eating," he said, "I don't have time."
He said, "Shut up."
It has to go into the. It has to go into the ceiling, sir.
Can you hit me with that accent again?
Beatrice.
Yeah, that
Well, Michelangelo.
Same like
Michelangelo.
Michelangelo.
Now that the girl who painted all the thick boy stuff,
Yeah.
she painted a friend of mine's studio, and I've always been a huge fan of him. Like, who did your studio do? He's like, dude, this young artist here in San Diego, she's blowing up. So I hit her up, and she's like, yeah, I'm down. She works at like Nordstrom's Rack, some shit, and TGI Friday. I was like, I get this job for you, and gave her the idea. And so she was like, oh, take me like a day. So she gets there, and she gets there at 7 a.m. I let her in when the studio was bare bones. She starts 4 hours into it. She's bare. And she's like, oh, this. She goes, I'm so sorry. This is going to take me like a week. I said, all good. I'll get your hotel. You can come and go, whatever. So I get her hotel. She knocks all of it out. And so her initial thing, she goes, I go, how much for that wall? This, all the shop show walls, all the fight campaign, all the walls. She goes, my rate, hopefully it doesn't scare you, it's $1,000. And I go,
What an amazing
well,
woman.
and I didn't know.
Artists don't know what they're worth.
I didn't know at the time.
Were you like a day?
No, I didn't know at the time. And I go, okay. So she goes, and she's barely halfway through. I said, hey, let me talk to you real quick. I go, for you to quote me at $1,000, I don't know if you know the way this business works. I go, that's insane. She goes, is it high? I go, no. It's so cheap. You're literally wasting your time.
You're worth
you
so
go from
much more.
all the way from San Diego.
Why do you think people are scared to say what they're worth?
No, because she doesn't. She seriously doesn't know. This young Mexican girl. She goes, I go, your art's so fucking good. Why don't you put on social media more? She goes, because the comments hurt my feelings. It made me not want to be an artist. So she goes, so
she got rid of her social media,
she don't
right?
have social media anymore. So trust me, I took care of her. She started crying. So when I gave her a check, she started fucking crying. She's so talented.
She's so talented.
And I'm like, I'm telling you, I can get you work if you want to do this.
Yeah.
She works 3 fucking jobs.
Artists like that, who the more talented I find, the worse they are at business, and the worse they are at like kind of saying I'm worth this, because
it's rare you get both.
They just love what they do.
They're sensitive people.
Yeah.
Like when you look at this book called The Agony and the Ecstasy. Great name for a fucking book by Irving Stone. Famous book about Michelangelo, right? Michelangelo. And so how about this? How about this motherfucker?
He orders in a Mexican restaurant, fajita.
Yeah.
I'll get the fajitas.
A quesadilla.
Oh, no,
Is this one from Chile?
I'll one up you. My dad, pray for this. My dad went to Mexico for 3 days.
Oh, my
3
favorite.
days.
My favorite.
My dad went to Mexico for 3 days. We're at American Steakhouse. He goes, por favor.
Oh,
He goes, senor. I go, what are you doing? He goes, oh, the guy that they like when I talk like you. You don't speak Spanish. He goes, yeah, I do. I go, no, you don't. And he goes, yeah, I do. I go, and my wife said, I go, Joe, speak Spanish to him. She tears off. He goes, listen, I'm not saying. And I go,
I speak restaurant Spanish.
And I go,
restaurant
I'm not even Mexican. I'm offended. You gotta stop. You gotta stop doing this.
You
go, por qué? Por favor.
I'll do that. I'll try to get the accent perfect for one word, and then I don't know. Por favor.
But when my girl's talking, because I've been around it so many years now, when in my house it's all Spanish, I can understand what I can't say it. I can understand
you get it.
what they're talking about.
My brother
I can get into the conversation with English.
will always Asian accent at a Chinese restaurant.
Okay, well, that's
Always.
Well, that's exhausting. Because you know what? He thinks they're going to understand you better.
Yeah.
My Taekwondo teacher was Korean. And so he had a strong Korean accent. And we'd get people who would come in, and I swear to God, they'd go, me, one kicking.
No.
Very strong kicking. You teach me. And he was like, he spoke English fluently, but just with a heavy.
He was like, I'm from Tarzan, motherfucker.
Have you seen this girl Schultz he talked about in his show? This girl, she got in a car accident, came out of the car, I guess had a whatever, it was in a coma, came out of the car accident. Dude, full blown. She thinks she's white as fuck. Full. She thinks she's Asian now. Bring that up.
That's right.
Did you
it has to be racist.
Did you ever?
Isn't there a man who did that, but with
quite a
like a
few
British
times.
accent?
No,
or like
no,
an
there's a
Irish
guy.
accent?
I think it's.
The guy speaks Latin, right?
No, there's a dude. Amazing story about a dude. Who the fuck?
No,
was
it's not gonna be on Instagram.
There's
just a girl?
Type in white girl gets an accident.
Yeah.
thinks she's Asian.
There's a
It's
famous
unreal.
A white girl thinks
this
she's Asian.
happens though. This happens. There's a famous story that was studied by a famous neuroscientist from England, and I think his last name is Sachs. But anyway, this guy gets struck by fucking lightning. He was a doctor or like a banker. He gets struck by lightning. When he gets struck by lightning,
That might be it right there, Chin.
Which one?
British woman had stroke and woke up with permanent Chinese accent. Is this racist?
I am 40 years old. I live in Plymouth, born and bred here in Plymouth. About 5 years ago now.
5 years ago
Wow,
now.
she's good though.
Stroke like if
Yeah, it's not like a
Oh, it sounds-
gimmicky
it sounds
Asian
legit?
accent.
yeah,
It
but
sounds
sometimes this can be.
or
It's
sickness?
very
terrible.
common.
A
It's very
sickness?
no. Speech impediment after a head injury is
Whatever
very
you
common.
I get speech impediment, but
I have-
straight up
Well,
Asian
well,
I have a
accent?
friend of mine legit got in a car accident and not diabetic, didn't come out with type 2 diabetes, came out of that car accident, type 1 diabetes. That's you're born with it. Did not have it. It's like trauma can induce something in your body. Legit dude got in a car accident, not diabetic, out of the car accident, diabetic.
Really?
Fucking bananas. But the trauma in your body,
Does something to where it makes you like.
See,
fucking-
it said in one of only 20 known cases of foreign accent syndrome worldwide, medical staff say they have exhausted all options and resources. Despite Sarah never visiting China, she has to accept her Far East voice is here to
Yeah.
stay.
So there,
Wow.
so I think so. This guy, he's a doctor, or he gets struck by lightning. He comes out of the, he got put in a coma. He comes out, and all he wants to do is play the piano. He's never played the piano before, and all he did for 10 hours a day was play the piano. And what's his name? I can't remember the famous neuroscientist wanted to study his brain, and he said, "No, you're not doing that.
Yeah,
this
don't
is
fuck
God.
this up."
God did this."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Okay, maybe it is God, but can we at least study what God did to your brain?"
It might be the wiring just goes
It was
in a different.
He couldn't hear. He only wanted to do was hear piano. All he did was play piano. Became a very good piano player, not a great one.
You better be.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
all-
10 hours a day.
10 hours
But
a
it
day.
happened when he was like 50,
Yeah.
right? It happened when he was 50. So he had, but literally he only did that all day, and he never stopped until he was dead. And he was a famous case. There's
Well,
all kinds
I got knocked out a few times. I got funnier.
yeah.
Do you know the story about? Do you know the story of Phineas Gage, who was a railroad dude? This is like sort of a case study for brain science. He was a railroad.
The dude with the spike through his brain?
Yes, the spike went through his fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Through his head.
Didn't kill him.
No.
Didn't kill him.
Dodged all the vital.
That's
Lived.
right.
What?
But it kind of stopped him from being able to make emotional decisions. So it killed the emotional part of his brain.
Oh, did he become a serial
shit.
killer?
No,
Oh,
but
that'd be
he
such a
couldn't.
good movie.
But he couldn't fuck. There it is. But the guy couldn't fucking. He couldn't. What you don't realize is your emotions allow you to make choices like this really
Yeah,
quickly.
to react.
Without that, you will sit there and wonder if you
just-
should wear a scarf today or not.
For hours.
Yeah, because
Did
you're
you just sit at a fucking cheesecake factory for hours, like looking at the
trying
menu?
trying to figure out what to order.
What a nightmare.
And he also lost all
Handsome
his
dude.
Yeah,
If
and he lost,
you-
I mean, he's clearly a vampire, so that's
yes.
whatever.
If you
He
got in
lost-
that-
he
That's a
lost,
vampire.
he lost all the ability to be kind of a nice person too. It wasn't in
It
him.
just knocked that
Yeah.
part of his brain out.
Yeah.
But if you got in an accident and woke up with an accent, which accent do you want?
Oh,
British.
I would,
English, aristocratic.
oh, I'd love. Yeah, I want to talk
speak
like
this way.
Jordan Peterson.
British.
No,
yeah.
let's.
So you
Like
want
his
like
accent.
elite, but you don't want like a Cockney.
No,
you
I
want to
want-
sound.
I'll take- I'll-
Ooh, Cockney.
I'll
I
take
want
no.
like I want
Like a
Southie,
snatch.
like
No,
Southie,
no.
like Cockney.
I want to sound. as though I come from
You know-
an
you know-
aristocracy.
Let me ask you something.
Yes.
Let me ask you something. Let's say I left here, got in an accident, woke up and started talking thug, dropping N-words and stuff. Do I get canceled?
Yes.
Yes.
Because I can't help it.
Well, we just can't have you on the podcast.
No,
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't have a career doing this, but in like what happens? Because it's obviously a medical condition. Like that lady doesn't want to talk like a Chinese lady.
Yeah.
It's just
Or this is the best long con of all time.
Yes.
Where
Yeah.
she's like,
The
got
biggest-
you.
Yeah.
Yeah, got you. Yeah.
No, because when knows how she doesn't pronounce R's.
Yeah.
That apparently is
seems
is
racist.
common. Yeah. Well,
does
Let
seem
me
a
hear a
little-
little more, Chin. Do you guys find it racist
Yeah.
at all?
I'll tell you what's really
What do you
racist.
guys think?
Well,
Yeah, because as a white guy, I find
we're
it
just
hilarious.
sitting here trying
If
to
it's
judge it.
real, it's not
No,
racist.
it's a little racist that she bangs a gong before she talks.
Yeah.
I think that you're going a little too far.
It's
I
a
think
little
you're going a
racist.
little
She
too
eats
far.
spaghetti with fucking. You know,
I wish it does sign
with
language with
chopsticks.
chopsticks.
Yeah.
Which that's a little
where I
racist.
draw the line.
Jay, let's see.
That's a bit much. Yeah.
My brain activity.
I bet you her man's like, I'm out. I'm out, dude. I can't deal with
But
this.
our brain do not function very well anymore. This at the time was very confusing, but actually had a lot of help, a lot
insane.
of support from neurologists for migraines. And
his entire body to
that
become
my
Asian?
spirit-
The English man that went full BTS,
Yeah,
that's racist
That's
because
racist.
he can control it. Apparently, and I have no
never
idea
seen
how it
that?
works.
You mean
She
for
can't
plastic
control it.
surgery?
Yeah,
This British man is so obsessed with BTS and the Korean culture. He made his face very Asian.
Look
It's
like
not.
it's
It's not
Asian.
racist. It's cultural appropriation. That's the better way to say
It's
it.
facial appropriation. Like you. It's one thing to wear a kimono.
Yeah, I'm with
You know
Brian.
what I mean?
don't
It's
think
another thing to
racist.
get
I
plastic
think
surgery
he's
and
such a
bind your
fan of
feet.
the cult. He's such a fan of the culture.
Yeah. Well, they're saying that Rachel Dolezal, who
Yeah, what do we
who's
call
trans-
that?
she's my
she was
favorite. She's my
transracial. They're saying that if this
Transracial?
insanity keeps going, we are going to have. She will be looked at as a pioneer in the movement.
Oh yeah, she would. Look at this.
Okay, let me ask you a legit question.
Look at it. Look at it.
He looks great.
So this,
Whoa.
real quick, his name's Ollie London. Okay, couldn't be more British.
Yeah.
Straight up British man. Look at him now. BTS.
Yeah,
But
great.
do the
Great list.
BTS guys have blowjob lips? Was that something that comes with the
territory?
group? Yeah. I want to be Asian, but also I look like I
Yeah,
suck a
I
good
don't
dick.
get the lips. The lips are fucking huge.
BTS is the biggest
But behind the
pop
scenes.
culture band in the world.
Yeah.
They're massive. So they had. He's
That's the real BTS
He's
guy,
my
so-
favorite one. They've all had no.
You have a
jobs.
favorite?
That's the one that
I love
right?
my kids.
Yeah,
love
Rap
BTS.
Monster.
I can't believe you said that's my
That's
my favorite one.
Yeah, there's some I don't like. Yeah, my kids love them. My kids fucking love them, dude. I want to get tickets because they had 4 shows at Staples. Excuse me. You thought you were gonna get tickets? You know, CA has a box at Staples. I was like, 2 days before. I'm like, hey, my kids love them. If you could give me the box, like, excuse me. Oh no, someone took those a year ago.
Yeah.
Really?
Dude,
You're late
So
to the
what?
game.
They had tickets and merch at the door when you get
yeah.
there. It was then you couldn't buy them online. People camped out for 8 days.
Yeah.
Like thousands of people camped out for 8
BTS
days.
is legitimately like NSYNC was back in the
on
day.
steroids though.
On-
steroids.
steroids, yeah.
They're
Under,
bigger
like,
than
a
that.
white-
Are
I
they
feel like
the
it's
biggest
bigger.
boy band of all time?
I would
would
BTS
say
is worldwide.
so.
Yeah,
Kinda,
easily.
yeah, I'd say.
I would say easily.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
Is that crazy?
And you know what? And they make
That's insane.
billions of dollars. And but because the guy,
manager.
so the manager put them
don't make it.
together.
They don't make it.
No, I think they like each of them make around 2 to 3 million a year.
Okay, that's not bad.
But billions of dollars. But let's say you're the guy, you're the head coach that put it all together.
Yeah.
You banked on him. He's like, listen, it could have been anyone, dude. Like I can
Yeah.
replace any of you guys.
I couldn't name one song.
From BTS.
But you never heard
But
Buttery?
yeah, you would know it.
Wait, those guys
If you
don't
would-
look. Korean.
Why would I know that?
You
That's
were- if you heard
BTS?
it,
no.
One Direction.
Why do you think that? I'm surprised you guys were so surprised that it's not really. I don't think I'm the demo. Do you know what I mean? What?
Not with that cardigan on. Which I'm not mad at all, sir.
Yo, I'm telling you right
you
now.
always dress
Comfortable.
pretty fly.
I've slipped into this.
Now you moved from Nashville to Vegas.
Yeah.
Your legs are rather thick and beautiful lately.
Dude, and these legs are headed to Atlanta this
you got an
Thursday.
apple bottom,
I
too.
do, and these legs are headed to Atlanta this Thursday,
you gonna
Friday.
bike there?
I'm thinking about biking there.
Yeah,
but I
because
better
you-
leave now because I'm there Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and we're almost sold out.
What do you do when you want to bike but you can't bike? What
You
do
mean I gotta
do?
bike from home?
Well, I know you're addicted to the bike, and I know you like to
dude,
work
I
out.
use Peloton, Daddy, and you
Peloton.
know what? You like to box, right?
I do like
yeah,
to
for
box.
boxing now. Peloton is stepping their game up. They're
Woo!
stepping in the ring.
No gloves needed?
No gloves needed.
Wow.
Listen, it's fast. It's fierce. The fun workout. Peloton instructors are in your corner, man. Even if you've never boxed before,
You can work on your form, your footwork.
Bro, you're
fun
gonna
combos?
sweat. I promise you're gonna sweat.
All right.
My favorite thing about Peloton is their music. They have new artist series music selections. All right. It's my favorite music. We're talking pop, rock, hip hop, EDM. They have over 100 artist series to choose from. It's my favorite. All right. The best way to stick to that workout is a workout that you love, and I love Peloton. All right,
Do
visit.
they give you goals? Do they give you goals?
Sure, man. Get your
Okay.
goals going, man. It's
All right.
2022. Let's get rolling, man. Listen, stay motivated while having fun with workouts on the bike or not the bike, boxing, yoga, meditation, dance, cardio, and so much more. You got 20 minutes, you got 15 minutes, you got 30 minutes, 45 minutes for your thick friend. We got you, man. Visit onepeloton.com to learn more. That's onepeloton.com, ONEPELOTON.com. Hey, B, guess what?
What, buddy?
Your boy got through the Tough Mudder and I recovered like Wolverine.
Now, how
thanks
did you
to
recover?
On It. And
On
guess
It.
what? The next one's April 9th, you freaks. We got 5K, 10K, 15K.
Did you get your shroom tech in? Did you get your protein powders get in? And
Dude,
how do you recover?
Dude, you know your boys
Creatine,
on carnivore.
glutamine?
You know your boys on carnivore.
Yeah, so you need help.
I eat like a big cat at the zoo.
Yeah.
So if a tiger doesn't eat in the zoo, your
Yeah.
boy ain't touching it.
Right.
But all that red meat, you need digestive enzymes. You need total gut health. I can't recommend enough. If you're a new carnivore, you need total gut health to get you through the
That's very
day.
true.
Get total gut health. Get
It's
some
got
creatine.
probiotics, prebiotics, which is fiber.
Yep,
All that
and all
stuff.
that meat I eat, that red meat has a lot of creatine in it, so I don't need to buy it from On It. But if you're not carnivore, you can get creatine from On It. Go to onit.com/fighter for 10% off to get your thick ass in shape right now. We got fitness gear, we got streaming fitness, on-demand workouts, On It in 30, On It
Even
in
have
6.
certifications. If you want an On-It certification to be an On-It instructor.
Dude, battle ropes, sandbags, steel maces, club maces,
Get
quad
on it.
maces, kettlebells.
Get on it.
Get on it, you freaks. Onit.com/fighter, 10% off.
Now you moved from Nashville to Vegas.
Yeah.
Why? What happened in Nashville? Just too small?
Small town.
Because I know even Theo's like, dude, it's tough for me to get up. Like I do one night at Zany's on Mondays with the Headliners Club.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm trying to figure it out.
For me, honestly, it was partly that the winters were nobody advertised how shitty the weather is.
Is it
Oh,
cold?
really?
It's cold?
Holy and wet.
Yeah.
Really?
It's
Oh,
East Coast, Bo.
yeah, yeah.
That's
It's
what people don't realize.
and it's further
south, you
north.
say?
It's further north than
Way
people
more
realize.
north.
Yeah.
So-
Meaning it gets
Just right under
cold
Kentucky.
as fuck.
It gets
Cold as fuck.
Yeah, Theo went sledding.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Like right by Zany's. I was like, there's snow out that bitch?
Listen.
As soon as last winter happened, both my wife and I looked at each other like, "Fuck this."
Now, did you guys
Yeah.
buy or rent?
We rented in Vegas.
Oh,
No, in
Oh,
Nashville.
Nashville.
Rented for the same reason we rented for the first year.
Just, yeah, smart.
Yeah.
Although you're not going to lose money on buying a property.
Brennan
right
and
now.
I always said we were talking about how
We were
there
gonna
a lot
move
of
this
problems-
operation.
And there are a lot of problems in LA, but at the end of the day, if you're going to bet against Los Angeles, it's been around a long time, and
Yeah.
people have been betting against LA since its inception.
Yep.
Yeah.
And when you got 77 and breezy in January and February
Dude.
with the sun is shining,
Yeah.
it is a little difficult to argue.
Oh, there's no place in the world. When I touch down LA, I'm like, thank God.
Thank you.
When I
You feel
get
the
in my
relief.
car, I roll down the windows.
Yep.
I'm like, thank God. Now we have shitty government. We'll obviously a homeless problem. There's all these issues. I'll take it.
Do you know what's crazy?
The
about that?
But
taxes are a
Vegas is
nightmare.
nice.
The homeless. By the way, Vegas. So we right now we're living outside. We're living in Henderson.
Henderson.
right?
Yep.
Oh, Henderson's cool.
And so I'm walking him, my dog, and the
Right, baby.
coyotes
Tried to kill me.
in Vegas
him. Dog tried to
are a little healthier than the coyotes
Yeah.
here.
Why? Because they're eating
They're
more?
desert wolves.
They
They call them the desert wolves.
There was one. We were walking up this path, right? There was I was like, where am I? And I turned around. There was just a coyote on the path following me.
Are you by yourself or with him?
I'm with him, right?
Yeah, they're trying to eat him.
And
huh?
so the coyote
Wouldn't mind
stops
that.
and kind of looks. And here in California, all a coyote needs is a yeah,
Yeah.
and he scatters. And I went yeah, and the coyote was like, what?
He was like, "What's up?
What we doing?
That's a desert wolf.
I threw a rock at this dude.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, but Josh, I mean, Vegas right now is cool, but when that summertime hit, Daddy,
They got a strong summer.
You're not going outside.
that summertime,
You're not going outside.
his paws burn off.
We already booked our summer out of Vegas, my man. We're
Oh, okay.
traveling.
You're
We're
ready.
visiting
You're
You ever
ready.
hear
people.
Rogan tell the story about how he went to the vet and they bring in a 90-pound pit bull and he needed 1,300 stitches, some crazy number of stitches.
Oh, you fought that pack of coyotes?
Yeah, and they thought he got into it with a mountain lion, and they followed the blood trail up in the hills, and they found 9 male dead coyotes. Because what they did is they'll lure a
That's what they-
dog up with a female in heat, and then the males come out and they're like, "We're gonna eat you." And this pit bull was like, I'm a 90-pound pit bull, and I love to fight.
Because they have different.
Shook them all to death.
Yeah.
Shook
Have a
'em all
different
to death.
agenda.
serious?
And by the way, he was
Crush
popping
them.
his stitches a day later. He was
Yeah,
playing.
they attacked him,
rag.
but he would go one after the other until he killed all of them.
Yeah,
He's like,
he
oh,
wasn't
you want to
scared.
do what?
Yeah.
Oh, I have a
He
different
wasn't
agenda.
scared?
Yeah,
When-
yeah.
I got a different agenda.
Yeah, when
I like
that
this.
coyote was following us, he wasn't scared. He was like, "Hey, let's go talk to that dude."
That's a tough dog right there.
Yeah, that
This
is.
guy-
a-
So, some of those coyotes are like the ones that come into my backyard because I grill all the time and I'll throw the fat in the trash.
Yeah.
I stopped doing that. And they come out and, my ring app or in security it alerts anything that moves. Dude, I'll look at the cameras like, what's a fucking wolf? They're big, man.
Yeah.
They're big. And for my 2-year-old, never
Not
outside
good.
by
Not
himself.
good.
No,
Never,
dude.
never.
But also where you live, 2-year-old, there's some big birds out there too that might look down. And be
Oh,
like,
I've thought about
"That's
that.
a
Oh, I've
tasty-
thought about that.
That's a tasty
Yeah,
treat."
he points them out.
Yeah.
He points them out.
Man, I would tell you. First of all, by the way, the Ring is one of my favorite. Because we have some weird neighbors in Vegas. Vegas is like, you know what I love about Vegas? Because I like things a little weird. It's like nice house, nice house. Is that a castle?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's people are fucking bizarre.
Are you getting up out there?
I'm just starting to get out. There's 5 clubs, so I can
If
get
you
a
drive into
If I drive.
downtown Vegas?
So what I'll do is
We
I'm
know
gonna-
that Wise Guy, I don't mean to interrupt
Yeah.
you. You know Wise Guys is down there now.
Yeah, dude.
That's a regular club.
Yeah, the Cellar,
Pauly Shore
Rod
and
Garrett.
Keith.
Rod Garrett's got his
Yeah.
shit out
They
there.
also have
Yeah,
that dirty
Jimmy-
at 12:30.
Yeah, down
You
at
have Jimmy,
South Park.
you have Jimmy Kimmel's.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Wait, I don't think that.
Jimmy Kimmel's still
He's
there.
still there?
Yep.
I think so.
Kimmel's
okay.
is still there, and then you also have the
Factory?
Stratosphere, the Laugh Factory's there.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's another thing is I know I can get on stage 7 nights a week and different crowds. The one thing, when you go to a smaller city is that when you want to try new shit, you end up trying your new shit in front of the same group of people.
Yeah.
So it's harder to really
Kind of have these regulars.
gauge what's
That's how I
going
felt
on.
in Austin. Like I did the Vulcan 2 nights, 4 shows.
That's the same crowd coming back.
Oh, they were the exact. I mean, Saturday night I made note, and then Saturday night I looked out. I was like, oh,
Really?
Well, there's the exact
same
people.
people.
Yeah.
That'll throw me.
Yeah, I'm like, I couldn't do this every week.
Yeah, no.
Now Rogan, he doesn't fail. So the magnitude of people he's going to bring in the club, it's insane what he's done. With
Right.
the club.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's going to be a success. I'm just saying right now, it was the same audience every single time.
Yeah, in Vegas, I'm not going to get the same audience. And even if they come back, I'm sure they're going to be too fucked up where they're going to be like, did I see this dude last night? I love, what I like about performing in Vegas is that it's like performing on the road where I do most of my work.
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah,
away
yeah.
game.
You're performing in front of the people you're going to be performing in
Yeah.
front of. When you perform here, it's not a lot of the times the case. Do you know what I mean? It's not the Laugh Factory is more like a road gig than the Improv or the
For
Comedy
sure.
Store,
Laugh
right?
Factory, it's a lot of like.
Pasadena, the Ice House
Ice
feels more
House,
like a
yeah.
road gig.
Yeah.
But when you go up at the store, you're going to get
improv.
different laughs down the street.
100%. Like just the other night, the Laugh Factory set went great. I'm like, I'm fucking on fire. Go to the comedy store. I'm like, that didn't go great.
That's fucking true, man. That's happening.
And you're like, I just did this set 30 minutes ago.
And that's happening.
Fuck you guys,
That
man.
exactly thing. I fucking machine gun the audience at Laugh
Yeah.
Factory. Just
And you get a little
They're holding me on their
cocky.
shoulders. Yeah.
You're like, all right, here we
Yeah,
go,
let me
everybody.
come in. Let me come in and skate by at the comedy store. That's a dark room.
By the way,
It's a
especially
different
that,
energy.
that main room,
Oh.
sometimes that main room, you can go
Well,
on
the
that
OR is a
stage.
motherfucker, though. The OR
OR
is
is
so
the
dark.
most
That's the
motherfucker.
one. If you can do well in the OR, you can do well anywhere on
No,
the
but
planet.
the belly. Last time the belly room.
I love the belly.
When
The
there's,
belly?
I love it when there's 50
it can be tough.
people.
It'll be a
It
little-
can be tough. If you're having a bad day, it can be
We
tough.
did good. We did good the other night.
Let me
Yeah,
ask
went
you
good.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
My Laugh Factory.
It's a weird crowd, though.
Yeah,
You'll get
on
a weird. You'll
There-
get a
But
weird.
there are like that comedy store. So
When's
people
the last
who
time
can-
you went there though?
People who can blow up. I was there last night.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
People who can blow up the OR are a different. Like
Joey Diaz
Joey Diaz to me
rocks it.
15 minutes of him in the OR.
Never better. You'll never do
Insane.
better.
I will tell you.
I've
like,
never heard it louder from anybody.
I
in
agree.
my life.
15 minutes of Joey Diaz, peak Joe Diaz in that OR. I
You
challenge
should
to
release a
find
15-minute special from the OR, and it
Fucking-
would get 30 million views.
Yeah.
Do you know-
Fuck an hour. Do 30 Joey in the OR.
Oh my
Do 50,
That's a
do
great call.
15 in the OR.
I mean, that's a great call because that'd be
He-
worldwide.
Oh,
Everybody would
bro.
Do you know who else used to blow up that OR in a way I'd never seen? Now he either bombed in a way I'd never seen, or could blow. It was Brody.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brody could take that OR with 15 people, and by the end of his
Scattered.
set, by the end of the
Scattered
set,
people.
there was like 60. There were people
But
coming
that was
in.
because all the comics would come in.
100%.
Watch.
Yeah.
You know who I saw crush the hardest ever in the main room is Tony Rock.
Really?
He's a beast.
And he's super funny. I don't say that like
he's
he's
a
not a
beast.
funny dude.
I've never seen him, and he was on one of the lineups, and I always like to watch guys I haven't seen before. And I was like, all right, let's see what. And I was like, holy fuck,
Yeah.
dude, monster,
Super
monster.
fun. I wrote on a TV
I'm like,
show.
yeah, his brother's Chris Rock.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Dude, I wrote on a TV show a while back where he was on it. And he was the only funny. In the room, we'd always write the jokes for Tony. We were like, he's the only dude
Tony's
who's delivering
That could
his
deliver-
jokes.
that could deliver-
Tony's
yeah.
a very humble guy.
He's very underrated.
And, well, he's also very humble because Tony had to live in that shadow, and
The biggest shadow.
And he said one time, he said, I love when people think that Chris Rock being my brother is helpful. He goes, ask how that worked out for Sylvester Stallone's brother,
Frank?
Frank. And
Yeah.
Frank's a good guy. I know Frank, but it's like
Not
it's not. It
Sylvester.
doesn't mean anything.
You
But
know they
Frank's
have
quite
a
a
damn
dancer.
third brother that does comedy, Jordan Rock.
That's even
Youngest.
easier.
Bruh,
That'd be
he's
even
the youngest.
tougher. Oh,
He's
yeah.
a monster,
How
too.
young is he?
Jordan, I don't know.
Yo.
He's probably like maybe
He's young.
early 30s or late 20s.
It's kind of like all the
Jordan-
Wayne
Jordan
brothers.
Rock.
All the Wayne brothers and sisters are monsters.
So he's
all
30 years
because
old.
that-
But
there's a
he's
work
also-
ethic in those
He's
families.
also a beast too.
Yeah.
But there's a work ethic. Like
But when you're-
Tony's always been really humble.
when your brother's Chris Rock is one of the best. Oh, I've been on shows with him. He's
Yeah,
hilarious.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say.
He's great.
Probably done shows on. He's
Yeah,
been on
a
TV
mon-
shows
but when,
and stuff.
When your fucking brother's the Chris Rock,
Yeah.
man.
yeah.
And then you're like, I'm going to do what you do. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You're
Chris
always
Rock.
being compared to that
No matter
dude.
what.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't have an off night.
No. But he handles it as well as you possibly could.
Super humble dude.
Mm-hmm.
Humble
Monster.
and just comes out and wrecks rooms.
You know who else rocked the other night? I haven't seen. I did a set at the Improv, and then Jay Farrow closed the show. And I'm used to seeing him on Saturday Night Live with his impressions. I'm like,
Yeah.
I bet he just does impressions. Monster. Monster.
Fucking lights.
Do you know
it
what's
up. Monster.
crazy? Do you know why look, open mics are packed with young comics wanting to do, and to me it's a testament to how good the best are because they make it look so easy. There's a generation of people that walk out and think Bill Burr just leans on a mic stand.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Do you know what I mean?
Nobody works hard.
That
Yeah.
thinks
Yeah.
Bill Burr just leans on a mic
I
stand.
mean, I've been with Bill when he throws all his stuff away and he's doing new stuff. I was with him when we were doing the fucking Ice House and he was like, I remember he came out and he goes, I hate this time. I hate this period of my set. I go, what do you mean? He goes, I'm just writing new shit. I'm trying to figure it out. He still did really well. But it's like, you know that what's going to happen.
His new
later
shit that
on.
he's doing is better than 99% of
when
people.
we did the
And
roast.
he's
By the way,
like,
still-
man, that it was choppy. I'm like,
crushed.
yeah, no
Listen,
doubt,
like,
choppy,
right,
real
yeah,
choppy. I'm like,
His
yeah,
he's
idea
still
of choppy
crushed.
is
better than anything I've ever
Crushed
done.
it.
Exactly.
We did the roast of David Ortiz, right? I put together this roast in Boston, and I asked Bill, I go, you won't come out and do it? And he said, absolutely, man. And by the way, we had Gronk on that roast. Gronk was the only person on the panel that wouldn't let us write jokes for him. He was like, nah, me and my brother got it.
Oh
I'm like,
wow,
so
How'd it go?
that's the ego.
can I tell you what he opened with? Because I hit Gronk pretty hard in my roast. He opened with, hey, Josh Wolf is here up here talking shit tonight. He goes, hey, Josh, you know what a Cleveland steamer is? I'm like, yeah, I know what a Cleveland steamer is. He goes, let me tell you what it is. I go, no, you don't have to tell me what it is.
I got it.
I got it. He
Yeah, I know
"No,
what
let
it
me
is."
He goes, I just gave your wife one backstage. That's when you shit on her chest and fuck her tits. I'm like, dude, that sounds like a call to action, not a joke. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Brad?
but Bill comes the night before. We were at Laugh Boston, so everybody could run their set. And Bill comes in. I go, hey, you want to run your set? And everybody else who was like, nah, I got it. I was like, run the set. And Bill goes, nah, I got it. I go, have you run it yet? He goes, nah. He goes, do you mind if I just do some new stuff that I wrote on the plane? And I said, no. So I sat in the audience and I said exactly what you said. I'm like, this is funnier than anything
so
that's
yeah.
ever come out of my mouth. He knows what he says funny. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
yes,
well.
Yes.
No.
That-
He's been doing it so long.
He
gets
there's
the
no
concept.
there's
Yeah.
very few misses. And even the misses are like, yeah.
better than what I do.
Like his discipline for it, because like there's a lot of people that have done it for a long time, but his discipline is like never changed. Like it's just fucking.
But I tell
Like-
young comics all the time when they ask me, hey, how should I be a comic? My first question is, how many times a week you getting on stage?
Yes.
And when they say 2, I say quit. Quit because
or perform in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
Or in
No,
the
well, you
shower.
got to get on stage though.
But
Yeah.
look, man, if the top of the game is outworking you, if Bill Burr is
You're never
outworking
gonna make
you,
it.
if the
Yeah.
top of
Yes.
the food chain
Yeah.
is doing more than you, quit.
It's the
Don't
same
do it.
conversation I had. I remember when I was fighting Mark Munoz, who's our head coach at Rain. He goes, "Hey man, a lot of guys aren't coming to practice. They're missing days, and can you come talk to the team?" I go, "Mark, you don't want me to do this." He goes, no, I think it'd be good. They look up to you. You know, you're doing well. Can you just come talk to them? I go, all right, I'm telling you, it's not going to be nice. He goes, do whatever you want to do. I go, all right, I get there. I go, how many people have missed practice in this week? Literally, all of them raise their hand. I go, nobody's going to make it in here. Guaranteed. I know guys.
And you were right looking back.
100%.
And you were right.
None of them made it. I go, I know guys who are more talented than anybody in this room, and they never miss practice. And the chance of them making it's not good. So you guys literally waste your time. Go get a job.
Yeah.
And Mark was like, what the I'm like, told you, dude.
Yeah.
Like, if you want me to come in, man, I'm telling you, dude.
I had an acting teacher say the greatest thing one time. He goes, hey, listen, making it in this business, like working, is super easy. Everybody's like, and this is the guy who directed everybody and was fucking also won a bunch of Emmys. And he goes, no, the problem, the hard part is getting out of your own way, and you're all in your own fucking way. And he goes, everybody here is doing at least 5 things to ensure your failure. You want to bet? You want to do this?
Yeah.
And he started fucking
Pointing out people.
Goes back to what I was saying about Michelangelo when he carved the statue of David.
Yeah,
which
you're going
people
back
still
there?
talk about.
Yeah.
No,
I think he just wanted to get the accent out one more.
No, listen to me. It's really relevant. Though. It's relevant.
No, go ahead.
He said, they go, how are you going to do it? He goes, it's already in there. He said, what do you mean? He goes, I just got to get all the shit out of the way.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
And that's a beautiful way of looking at yourself. You know, the perfect version of yourself or the best version of yourself is there. You just got to get, a lot of times,
Get out of your way.
Get the fuck out of your own way. And we talk about this all the time lately. It's like, I've had some experiences where I've given people real opportunities, man, real opportunities, and they can use them. And it just never ceases to amaze me either how they don't pick the the water's right there. All you got to do is
or they don't appreciate it.
Well, you
granted.
create an ingrate, that's for sure.
That's my life in a nutshell.
But the other thing is like just drink the water, and that is such a common thing with all of us. We all have some of that in us.
Yeah.
And you got to confront it. Rogan will always talk about it. The minute he sees that in somebody, he runs away because he's afraid he's going to catch it.
He's the best.
Yeah.
At
And
it.
what he means
He's
by
the
that is
best at
that
it.
if you're surrounded by people that have that standard, you're going to think that's where the fucking bar is. The bar's not there. One of the reasons I go to fucking Broadway shows in New York is to remind myself of what's really happening, who's really doing shit. Because when you see where the bar is, it's exactly like I was really good in high school at football. Were you? Could have played D1. You could have because you started in high school. But did you play D1?
Yeah.
Nah,
No.
my knee or no. Oh, but there's a huge difference.
Let's go back to the Broadway for a second.
Yeah.
Are you aspiring to maybe get into musical theater?
No, I'm not. But I
that'd
used
be
to. I used
sick.
to.
Oh, wouldn't it?
No, I'm not. But remember, I was very sincere
loved
about
it,
my
though.
acting
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So I
Did
would
you do
go and
any
watch
theater at all?
Yes,
yeah.
a lot.
Oh, you did? Okay,
a lot.
I didn't know that.
No, a ton. I did a
Shakespeare.
play a year for 15 years.
What's your dream theater role? I mean, and can you give us a little taste?
Hamlet.
I mean,
And is there an
oh my
accent?
God.
You can do Hamlet?
No, I can't. I mean, I'm too old
What
now.
about Hamilton?
As I get older, yeah, I'm not a singer. Bubba, but I'd love it.
I mean, you're right.
If you think I don't sing it in my car,
Oh, I would do it.
if
Oh,
if you
If
think
you got
I
the
don't
offer
do
for Hamilton,
that,
you would do it?
I was
my
just singing Hamilton.
And I would ditch everybody here and be like,
For a role in Hamilton?
oh, dude,
Bubba,
just for me to be
2
like,
days ago.
tonight.
2
Like
days
the
ago.
big guy?
2 days ago.
I would
doing it.
fucking be on it. They'd be like,
What role? What role are you?
The big guy who just like comes in and is like just the one like brings down the house.
The
I would-
king?
No, I want to play. I would play that.
My buddy played the king. A guy named Conroe Brooks played the
I
king.
would
We went and
kill
saw
your
him in
friends and
Atlanta.
family, just to
Amazing.
remind you of my love. Da, da,
Too
da,
creepy,
da,
too
da.
creepy.
It's so
Hey,
good, dude.
you got Invisalign?
Oh,
You're not supposed to be able to see it.
wearing
You
them?
could
Just
see
got
it.
today, Bubba. Now here's
I
the thing.
mean,
Here's the thing. Daddy grinds his teeth.
Me too.
Me too.
Daddy,
They say
Daddy,
it's from stress.
you think? I've been grinding my teeth forever. I got cracked teeth.
Well,
and also-
they go. I was at the dentist yesterday again, and they go, "Oh, you grind your teeth at night?" I go, "No, I don't." My girl goes, "He doesn't because he sleeps like this." And I go, "Do I sleep with my mouth open because I can't breathe through my nose?" And
That's good
then
for
he
you.
goes, "Oh, it is your job?" And it's my job. Yeah. During the day, I grind my teeth.
So wait,
I get very frustrated.
you know, if you sleep with your mouth open, that bugs crawl into your mouth every night.
Bring it, protein.
is it?
Yeah. How many bugs do people eat a year?
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
I
some
don't
big-
know.
Six
Maybe.
spiders
That's what
a
they
year.
say. I don't
I don't
know.
believe it.
I
You
You
don't?
a spider?
How would you measure that?
Who's researching?
Yeah,
that?
how do they know that?
Misinformation.
It's all bullshit. Bro science, bro science.
No,
Misinformation.
I've eaten. Have you ever eaten a
Spotify's gonna
bug?
shut you
I've eaten
down.
a live
never eaten-
cockroach.
You mean
Oh, it's
On-
on
for
it's
what?
on- it's for a TV show. It's on. Me and Michelle Beadle ate one together.
Was that when the Josh Wolf
Shark
show?
After Dark. We did a live show, and no, it was maybe Naked After Dark. I did the for Naked and Afraid, we did an after show.
okay.
And when we
Love that
for
show.
the meetings for the shows, I was like, well, I want to eat what they
wanna
eat on
go
the show.
through, yeah.
Because I want to know what it's like.
That, yeah.
So we got these big ass cockroaches.
Those Madagascar cockroaches.
Yo, and
Juicy.
the guy said to me, I go, what's it going to be like? He goes, do you remember that Freshen Up gum where you would bite into it and the juice would pop out? And I go, yeah. And he goes, that's what that's going to be like. It was the gross.
No, thank you.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, what are you doing there?
Oh, I got a leech put on my asshole.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Josh is doing for the gram.
I got a leech put on.
Said
Yeah.
I got
You're like an OnlyFans girl that runs out of ideas.
I'm going to leech on my
Bring it-
butthole.
All of a
Bring
sudden,
the
she's like, I'm eating spaghetti today.
Right?
I'm putting my farts in a jar.
By the way, let me ask you, and if you think this is out of line, I'm trying to get my son to open an OnlyFans account. We talk about this. He and I do a podcast together called Hey Man
What would he do, though?
for his feet.
I mean, you're talking to the OnlyFans expert over there. Now, I did help Kat start OnlyFans, and then also I had an idea for Brian just his nuts, and we dress him up.
Well, that's what I was going to
He
do.
got big balls.
That's what I was going to do with Jacob's feet.
I would do this.
Do you hate money?
I would do this in a heartbeat.
I would guarantee you make at least 10 grand a month.
I agree. I agree.
You dress your nuts up. And
Wait.
Bruh, you know how many people would
but
be
it's not a
into
picture.
that?
You're gonna have to like shake them and like.
Yeah.
You know, it's just pictures.
But we gotta give different faces to them.
you know Peanut-
and you have to do the voices. So,
So
we
there
have
was
to
a
paint your
Broadway
nuts like
show.
Michelangelo,
Yeah,
but you have to do
like
the
for
accent.
February, we're gonna do like a special like Cupid. So
I'm glad
if
you weren't
look
gonna
at
say Black
Eros
History
through
Month.
my
I know, right?
eyes-
I know. I was like,
I thought you were gonna say February for Black History Month. I was like, no. Reel it in, dude. Reel it in.
We're gonna Black History Month. We're gonna drop your nuts in chocolate. No, it's gonna be Cupid, and we're gonna put an arrow through them and dip them in like.
Well, you know, there was a Broadway play that ran for a long time called Penis Puppetry.
Yeah, the
yeah.
puppetry
Oh,
of the
yeah.
penis,
I knew
I
that.
think it was
Yeah,
called.
yeah.
Yo, that came to the. I went and
Hard
watched
pass?
that at the more like a flaccid pass.
Yeah.
But
I did nuts. If I did a nuts OnlyFans.
yeah,
I mean,
only nuts.
10 grand a month.
Now, I want to say this: like, if you do that, Hollywood's gone. We don't care though.
By the way, I disagree.
No, we don't, Bob.
I think this is your way back in. I'm gonna disagree with you.
Just start hitting
I'm gonna
Brian
be-
up.
I can't believe this made it.
Yo, this is
It's still
I
going.
I went and saw this show.
I bet after 20 minutes you feel sick,
Do you have?
Here's the thing.
unless it's a big black dude like wrapping
For
around
me,
his wrist.
There's a
I'm
black
with you.
dude in there.
For me,
Yeah,
this is a 7-minute show because after the
That's what I'm
first couple
saying.
minutes, I was like,
Yeah.
okay, I get it. Like we're
Yeah, I'm
making
not
a dick
interested.
watch,
Yeah.
and
It's pretty funny, but I don't
I think after 7 minutes, if you stay longer than 7 minutes, you're a gay man. you know what I'm saying? Like that should be the test.
But
After
are-
7 minutes, you're a gay man.
yeah.
it's just becomes like okay, like yeah. I
And
get
how many
it.
tricks can they do? You know?
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like
That's a
you,
lot. That's
it's
a lot of work on your dick too.
It seems like a lot of pulling and
It's a lot.
stretching.
Bro,
Yeah.
imagine their parents. Like, dude, my son's trying making show business. He calls his parents. He's like, Dad, I got booked for a show.
Oh, my
What is
God.
it? All right, well, you and Mom, if you want to come, the opening night, it's at the Wiltern. It's a penis show.
Or
thank you.
would you be
how tough?
happy?
I'd
that
say how tough is show business?
I know.
Would you be happy that your son has a big enough dick that he can wrap it around his wrist a couple times? You'd be like, okay, you know what I mean? If
I mean,
Bro, I don't know if you've had this happen. Dude, it's the maddest I've ever been at Tiger in my life. We were out. I got home after a long day of work. They want to go outside, but I want to get home and like wrestle and do whatever the fuck they want to do. So we go outside, and Tiger is showing me how high he can kick. Like he's jumping and doing these straight kicks. I'm like, cool. And his little brother wants to imitate him, so Boston's doing these kicks, it's all cute. And then he's throwing kicks at Boston's face like this, and I'm talking to Joanna. I go, T, not in front of your brother. And then I keep talking, and I look over, and I just see Tiger. He didn't mean to do it. Straight up fucking Spartan kick Boston right in the face.
Yeah.
Boom! And Boston's goosh, blood everywhere. Dude, I
man.
fucking flipped out. Because my brother was vicious to me growing up, man. Vicious. We had to go to therapy. We had to do
that
all
true?
this horrible,
No wonder
horrible.
you're a fighter.
I was terrified of being around him.
the oldest sibling
Dude,
is a
it
sociopath.
triggered something. It triggered like those flashbacks. And you know me, when it comes to my kids, I'm like the fun one. I give them whatever they want. Tiger saw the fucking animal in me come out, man. I felt bad for yelling at him, but dude, when I saw him kick Boston right in the fucking
Yeah,
face,
man, yeah.
and his lip was all busted and bleeding everywhere, dude.
But you know, dude,
I'm sure you've had like, especially with boys.
You have 4 boys, right?
I got 2 boys and 1 girl.
Okay.
And like
You had 3 kids altogether?
3 kids altogether. Yeah, there
Raising
are times.
yourself.
What's that? Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are times, man. So I would tell you, being the fun dad, and I kind of had to straddle the line of being both the disciplinarian and the
God bless you,
because
man.
there was just
Yeah, you
one.
deserve a statue.
There was one voice. But I'll tell you what's more effective is your son now knows. Oh, I've never seen him like that.
He knows the line.
That must be serious.
That's it.
Like
Yeah,
I
yeah,
tell people, if you yell all the time, you might as well not be
Right.
talking.
Boy, Clark.
They're used to it, and they're like, all right, they
It's
just flip out
just-
over anything.
I'm just gonna wait for
I
him to stop
never
yelling.
flip out. And then their mom, Joanna and I will argue because what I don't, obviously they're going to be athletes, hopefully, whatever they want to do. But my biggest asset is shit can go complete. Like, we had issues today with Thick Boy, huge issues in sports, football, fighting, huge issues. I don't dwell on it. I get over it and I move on. It's like, that's what happened. We got to adjust and move on. So with them, it's like my girl being Mexican, she runs the house like fucking Stalin. Like she'll be mad for 4 days. Take their iPads, nothing, no TV, no snacks. I don't want them to be.
I don't have that staying power.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't. I'm
staying-
just,
you and I are the same. We get mad at each
dude.
other, and then
That's
30
it.
seconds later, it's like, all right, that's
yeah,
fine,
yeah,
right?
yeah, that's it.
So with him, I
And
was
we'll
like,
do this. Brendan and I'll start texting. We've gotten in text fights, and then I just pick up the phone.
yeah,
Yeah.
we call it.
And we're like, hey, all right,
But with Tiger, let me talk to you. I tell you, this is what happened. And I was like, Boston's so young. All he knows is his brother kicked him right in the fucking mouth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't know it's a mistake. He has no idea. He just looks at you and goes, holy shit. The guy, and he loves his brother.
Yeah, my
He's
guy.
like, Superman kicked him right in the fucking face. That's all he knows.
What you're gonna find
and
sometimes.
then I went, you made a mistake. We learned from it. It's over, dude.
Yeah.
Because he was pouting the rest of the night. I'm like, it's over. You got to get over it. But he goes, can I have TV? I go, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to happen because your mom, then I got to fight with your mom.
Yeah.
And I'm not one to fall in that fucking.
Does Tiger?
Yeah.
Does Tiger? Is he a kid who's? Do we tell him right away? Is he pretty good at that?
Oh, yeah, the
See,
best.
because my son's an escape artist, and I was too, and it's
Push
really
me some
good
more
that I can
ice and
see.
whiskey, whatever
I
you
don't know if
want.
you ever had this experience, but my son's a bit of a magician. My son will do shit like I just had a meeting at school, and everything's going well, but he is in tuned with his effect on people. He knows how to do. So what he'll
Give him
do?
an inch or take a mile.
Oh, dude, and he'll just play sensitive, or he'll play like he'll just literally adopt a character, which is like something like I don't feel well, I have a limp.
Yeah, that's
He'll
a
do
good
shit
one.
like that, and I'm just like, got a limp, do you? You
Yeah.
got a limp? And but it was that foot, now it's this foot. What's going? Both my feet. They're
Yeah.
not. Okay.
But where do you think he got that from?
Well, for me,
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I don't know if you ever dealt with this, but what really I find effective is you can indulge it, or I just do stuff like this. I'll be like, does it hurt? Yeah. This makes me happy. I enjoy it because your feelings are no good here. And then I just
He gets
fucking
over
push
it.
it.
You want to entertain
He'll
it.
start laughing, but I don't fucking
Entertain it,
kids.
like, yeah.
Kids will do shit. They're so much smarter than you fucking think.
Oh,
they are.
they'll push the leg.
But
They'll
they're
get
testing
you.
it. So if there was a fake injury, which there is.
Oh, my son does all the time.
If there's a fake injury, I'd be like, I pay no attention to it. But then like 2 minutes later, I'd propose something super fun to do. Oh, but we probably can't do that. You
Yep.
broke your foot, right? No, it's pretty good.
Well, is
You
it
know what I
good?
mean? Like, and so that I would just like, you have to call them on their own.
Oh,
little shit.
my son stole some shit out of I had like, a knife and some cool shit in my little console. I know he took it. I go, do you know where that is? And he goes,
How old's your
"No."
son stealing knives?
No, he was like 6 at the time or
it.
something. He goes, it was cool stuff. It was cool stuff, but he fucking misplaced it. And I go, did you see where that was?
Which one is it, Christian? Fireside. Thank you, sir.
I go, did you take
That's
it?
Denver's finest.
Oh, what is that?
Fireside.
Your kids are older though.
Yo, so
Can I ask you this? It might
Yeah.
be too personal. You'd be like,
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it. With your daughter, the older one who was a addict, and you have to do all that stuff with it. Are there, because I know addicts, right? I'm very deep in with addicts. But is there something? Was she just wired like that? There's something you think you did raising her that caused her to
well, mom.
that? Is that a fair question? Or is
Yeah,
that
yeah,
weird?
yeah. Mom was an addict or is an addict.
So it's in her DNA.
Yeah, she comes by it, organically. And like, you as a parent can't help but second guess every decision you make when something.
I don't think you should.
I know, but it's hard not to.
No, but I can't. That's why I can't imagine.
It's hard
It's
not
just
to.
natural.
So just real quick, before I want to hear your answer,
Yeah.
but just real quick, they have done extensive studies on kids that come from perfect families with plenty of money and all the support in the world, and they spend their whole life in and out of rehab. So
That's
so much
different
of
when they're
this
rich
is-
kids.
And by the way, I totally get that, Brian.
Yeah.
And so like my brain can totally go, yeah, dude, come on, man. You did what you
That
Well,
lasts,
your heart
about, that
is
lasts
like-
about 10 seconds.
What
What could I have done different?
could I have
Yep.
done, what decision did I make that pushed this further? It's impossible not to go down that road.
I can't imagine. I was thinking about that driving in today.
Man, you never. My dad was like, I told him, I was like, can't wait till they're all 18 and blah, blah, blah. And I can stop. He was like, you think you stop parenting when they're 18? He said, here's the difference is you may not think about everyday stuff, but the problems are so much bigger.
Yep.
When they're
That-
adults?
when they're
Talking about
adults.
Real world problems.
Real world, your life is affected forever issues.
Yep.
And like, this is not a
Yeah,
this is not.
It's interesting that you say
Yeah,
that
well,
because I lost my brother to he OD'd.
Yeah.
And my mom to this day, like, it just
Feels
said that
responsible
second
for it.
guess. Yeah.
you can't.
and it's tough. Like she
It's
like
impossible not to.
it's impossible not to.
B.
You know, even though I like
I don't think. But
no matter what I could say to her to help her like guide her and be like, yo, that wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know if
that
there's
wasn't you
anything you
doing.
do. Like
yeah, it's
my
tough.
I talked to I saw this therapist and like, well, why don't you ask your mom? And so my mom's youngest sister, who my mom was closest with, was murdered when I was 2.
Your mom's sister was?
Yeah, so I don't remember.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was murdered, and I was 2. I don't remember, but she was like the nucleus of the family. Like everyone loved her. Her name was Shell, and she was murdered by her boyfriend. And my mom, they hated the boyfriend. Like the boyfriend was allowed to come around. They fucking hated her. She was moving her stuff out. Then she got back with him. And my mom said the night she was killed, that morning, she had a weird feeling. And she was like, I wish I would have called and like, don't go over there. Because she went over there and he killed her with like a hatchet. Like an
Oh
axe.
my
Yeah.
God.
And got, ready for this?
Christ.
Got 6 years.
Jesus.
Pleaded
Really?
insanity, got 6 years. 6 years.
I didn't know your
He's
mom
out
went
now
through
in
that.
Aurora. Yeah. And my mom was like, since that happened, I was never the same.
Yeah.
Can I tell you?
Never the same.
If
So that
and-
causes issues.
If I'm being honest, every early morning or late night phone call I get,
Your heart, probably.
dude, I'm gonna try.
And it'll never be the same. It'll never
Every
change.
single one, I am like, is this the phone call? Mm-hmm. Because
You're still in the thick of it.
I know where she is.
You're still in the thick
Yeah,
of
yeah.
it.
I know where she is. Yeah.
Because I remember when you were co-hosting Fire and the Kid, and that's why I'm forever grateful to you. You know this,
You're
like,
the
Yes.
best.
dude,
Me
you
too.
go ham in town. You always
too.
have a spot here.
Me too.
The amount
I
you
appreciate
helped
that.
me out, dude. If I gave you a list of comics that
You
were
got a lot of balls, dude.
complete
You're
bitches
a
that
good
wouldn't
person.
come on and do the show to help me out.
Yeah.
And you were the only one like, oh man, dude, I'll help you out. I know you need somebody.
Because I know who I am and I know who you are and I
Yes.
know who you are.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
what other that outside
Well, I'm
shit doesn't
forever,
affect
I'm
me.
forever grateful.
Forever
I'm
grateful.
forever grateful.
No, yeah.
But I
Yes,
remember when
appreciate
we
it.
were doing that, that's when you were really in the thick of it with your daughter, man.
Yeah, I feel there's also a certain amount of look, she's not mine biologically, right? And so and Jacob will tell you, I always felt he would tell you, and people I have a great relationship with him. It always felt like you were easier on Caitlin and Trevor than you were on me. Almost like I had to prove to them that hey, everybody's equal here, right? But my daughter and my oldest son have a completely different perspective of that. They have if you ask them, there's no doubt that Jacob had it easier, that he had and guilt's not the right word, but I am saddled with that every day.
Well, there's a
Can't-
very,
Every day.
there's a-
I don't know how to escape.
Josh, there's a, and this is really eye opening to me, because all I do is obsess about my kids, especially my son.
Mm-hmm.
My son has got my liabilities. So I was just at school this morning, talked for 2 hours with their teacher. I like to be really abreast on it, but there is a huge body of scholarship and experts who study this, like who study child development, okay, from start to finish. And you know what a lot of them talk about? A lot of them, not a little of them, a lot of them, more than 50% will tell you, and they say this to parents, and parents never want to hear this. They say essentially this. Ultimately, you have almost nothing to do with how that kid turns out, and nobody wants to hear that. I know.
I don't know if I buy
nobody
that.
does, Baba.
I don't know if I buy
nobody
that.
does that. But let me just tell you.
Okay.
Let me just tell you. If you look at the data,
But
Baba, if you look at the
you
data,
look at the data, like kids that grew up without a father,
100%.
kids that grew up with an addictive mom or a mom that's not there.
There are a lot of kids that this. So that's a good example. There are a lot of kids that grow up without a father, that grow up with the addictive mom, that crush it because. So
I would say the majority don't though. Like
It's a rare.
But you look at crime; those are the exception. Like you look at crime in the African American.
Look,
and 85% don't have dads.
Listen, all of these points are absolutely true and valid, and they're all brought up, and they look at that, and I know exactly what you mean because my reaction was like, wait a minute.
Look at serial killers too.
I understand, but
They all have a common theme.
No, but those guys also have different brains they're finding. So what the bottom line
Yeah,
is,
but there's a common theme in the parentals too.
So
I
there
would
are
push
things
back
a parent. So what they'll say is, of course you should read to your kids. Of course you try to give your kids the best education. Of course you should do all these things. But at the end of the day, the nature of your child's personality, it's very, very difficult to draw correlations between a really great school and all the support and ultimately being a very innovative entrepreneur. The truth is, and again, I'm telling you, I know where you're speaking, and I had a lot of pushback, and I still do. I understand what you're saying. But aside from the fact that you don't want to stunt their growth.
I don't think a lot of research can. I don't think a lot of that stuff, when it comes down to science, can put that in numerical value.
But
How about this? How about this for a theory?
So
This
they
has
look at
always been my
IQ.
theory. My theory has always been this. Yo, kids, your kids, when they came out, they're born good. I think kids are born 95% good. It's the job of the parent not to fuck that up. You come out happy, man. You come out,
you don't
I
have
love
any
everybody.
perspective,
You
right?
come out,
Well,
I don't care who I
there's a
play with on the
caveat to
playground.
that.
Like look at racism.
Not every
That's-
every kid, bro.
that's taught.
That's taught.
That's taught.
Straight up
That is taught. However, so children are very egotistical. Now, they're really sweet and happy until you push back on the fact that they don't get everything they want. So in fact, human beings
That's
are
discipline,
but human beings are bipolar apes. We also know that if children are totally indulged, they become little monsters.
Yes.
So actually, when it comes to racism, for example, what we also know is that human beings have a natural proclivity to be
Their tribe,
clannish,
to their
tribal,
tribe.
and also to be very wary of something that's different.
Yes.
And there are a lot of evolutionary reasons for that. So
But
biologically,
what you're speaking of is completely different than racism. There's tribalism and
Yeah.
there's racism.
Right.
There's KKK people and then there's tribalism.
but what I'm saying is
They're
that
two different things.
sometimes if you have a cloistered group, so traditionally if you had like an ethnic group, like say it was all white, and you introduce somebody they've never seen before who might be Asian or black or whatever.
Why would you do that?
Traditionally, you're right. Traditionally, I caught him. I fucking caught him.
That's the only reason we brought you in.
That was the whole
We
point,
just
dude.
figured out
That was
the
the
dog
point.
attacked
We got
me.
him.
The dog attacked me.
We got him.
You figured
God
it.
went after Chappelle.
Got him.
Gotcha.
Knew something
Dog
was
barked
weird.
at Chappelle. So it's when you get into this, when you actually start looking at the science, the people that actually study this, man, is it fucking complicated. And man, are there exceptions to every rule, right? So when your child becomes an addict or whatever it is, listen, don't take credit for your child. Here's what I'd have to say. Don't take credit for your child not being an addict.
Well, I would say the mother should be more responsible than you.
I don't.
Do you feel that?
No, I don't.
Maybe no one's responsible.
That's what I think. I for me, like, you know how you let things kind of go. I'm not a blame dude because I don't think blame at the end
It
of the
doesn't
day.
get you. It doesn't get.
It's not
anywhere.
solving my
Yeah.
problem.
We take
I'll say this, though.
everyone
Doesn't-
takes ownership and moves on.
And
Yeah.
what blame does is it takes the energy that I need to solve my problem and it's putting it into something completely
It's
different.
something else.
So-
It doesn't let you solve what
No,
you need to
I
solve.
would rather. I'd rather own it and then figure it out
But
myself.
here's
with
what,
you
here's what I
100%.
do have
even
to
if
say.
it's not my, even if
Yeah.
I didn't make a mistake, I'm like, that's on me.
That's on me.
I'll
But I'm
figure it
saying
out.
that's
You guys
what
keep doing what
that's
you're
what my
doing. I'll
mom,
figure it
my
out.
mom struggles with, like especially because of the way my brother and I grew up. We grew up, super fucking crazy. So like, she holds this guilt so fucking heavy.
She should take a little bit of responsibility there, right? Because she's with your stepdad. But
But at the same
it's easier
time,
said than done.
but at the
Yeah.
same time, my stepfather didn't treat her correctly.
That's what
You
I'm
know what
saying.
I'm saying? Like, so
But
it's
then
like
she
hard
was
for her
with
to-
the stepdad.
Yeah.
And why was the stepdad in your life? 'Cause
she
your
chose
mom.
him. Yeah.
Here's what I'll
blame
say.
your mom.
But also,
kidding.
I was like,
But that kind of
You know
stuff
your mom
probably.
fucked up.
you know your mom.
No,
You know your mom. fucked
You
up.
know your mom has thought of that. So she's
Well,
probably.
she's thinking back far, and then also like
Here's
she
what's
thinks
tough.
about the way she grew up. She wasn't treated great by
That's what she knows.
by her parents, and so what she knew was like she thought
was
this man
normal.
probably treated her
That was normal.
someward better than the way she was treated as a kid.
heartbreaking.
But
So
here's-
it's like this cycle. That's why I'm super blessed that I fucking am at where I'm at today. Like it's
Dude,
like
I-
on paper, I should not fucking
No, Chappelle,
I should
dude,
not fucking
I don't
be
know.
here.
Where'd you grow
Smart
up?
guy, Chappelle.
Arizona.
smart
Dude,
guy,
after
man.
you
You're a
hear
smart
the
guy.
way he was raised and the shit he's been through and the addiction, and the alcohol, I don't know a better person walking this planet than Chappelle Lacey.
But then, what do you attribute that to, man? Because if we're talking about what we're talking about right now, this is a great example of you didn't follow that same path. So
You know
what
what?
do you?
It's just. I think I just. I think it was the things that I said yes to that like helped me go forward.
You got
like
out of your comfort
I said,
zone?
yeah, I said yes to the
Cheerleading.
world, cheerleading. I said yes to the world of punk rock. Punk rock's probably the biggest thing that like like Henry Rollins. Like
Yeah,
that's
dude.
like my.
You had heroes.
Yeah, I had heroes.
That
you know what I
weren't
mean?
following
But
that
heroes,
road.
Henry
it-
Rollins is completely different than anything that you had been raised on, right?
Exactly,
And he's
100%, and he's sober. So like,
never done drugs.
So yeah, he has. He fucked around with acid one time.
Oh, really?
He tells it
But
about.
but he's not an actor.
No, not
He's not an actor.
My issue is
No.
like that it was like Kurt Cobain or North Star.
No,
Who died at
Kurt was not
27.
my North Star.
You know
it
what
was,
I'm saying?
It was Rollins because I saw a
who's
dude
disciplined.
who
Yeah.
was disciplined, who
Yes.
came from a world of music that I really loved.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh man, I just idolized that. And then punk rock just said, I don't know, just taught me like rise above. And honestly, it was the first time I ever stood up to my stepfather was when I discovered punk rock.
Yo,
I was
punk-
just like, yo, this ain't it. I was like, nah,
When
I
you
don't
listen to Rage
fucking-
Against the Machine, you're like,
Yo, low key
Fuck
punk,
it.
punk rock.
Hey, yeah, I go, hey man, what the fuck are you doing?
just rages
Yeah.
in the headphones.
But you know what? Like, cause he kicked me out of the house, right?
How old,
Did you a favor.
how old were you?
He did.
I
you a
was.
favor.
He did me the biggest favor by
16,
kicking me
right?
out. But it was
was
because I wasn't upset that he kicked me out of the house. I was a little bummed because I was like I wasn't with my siblings and my mom anymore.
Yeah.
But like I wasn't too upset because I was like, man, I stood up for myself.
Yeah,
And it was the
fuck yeah.
first time I
How
ever
empowering
fucking-
was that?
I fucking ever did that as a teenager to someone I saw as a tyrant. You know what I mean? Like this dude was a fucking like anything and everything I did, he was like, no, that's not right. It's not right that you skateboard.
Hey, so Chappelle likes to wear the punk clothes and
Yeah.
skateboard.
That's why I wear so much of it.
Yeah, that's why he rocks it now. His stepdad would make him change before school, and then he'd put his punk clothes in his backpack,
Yeah.
walk
Yeah.
out the door and
Yeah.
change.
That's
So
like
I would leave my
teenage
clothes-
girl
Yeah,
bringing a
see,
short
that's-
skirt
I know,
to
yeah,
school.
I know that.
Yeah.
But wait, this is what I think a parent. But this is where a parent.
But also, like at the same time, like
I remember, by the way, doing that to my daughter. She
But
would
when you
leave to
hear-
school. I'd be like, "Let me see what's in the bag."
Yeah.
But
She'd
I'm
have
sa-
different clothes in her
Yeah,
bag.
but
wait till I have it done.
but I'm saying like I dealt with all that, but there was just something that just told me not to give up, and I don't know exactly. I haven't
I
figured
think
that out
might
yet.
be again.
Chappelle's a
How much
special
of that
breed.
is nature and how much of that is nurture? Like you may have been born without wiring. I think I want to do a caveat. I think a parent's job. It's really interesting because a parent's job. Like there are a couple things you can definitely instill. You can instill good habits, like finish what you started. The reason manners are so big in a lot of cultures is because it just makes your life fucking easier. So to listen, to say thank you and please, that shit sounds like a little thing, but there's a reason in most cultures that those things are so fucking
And
important.
kids are only going to get that
Yeah.
through parents.
They're only going to get that
through
through parents, but you set an example as a parent, but also I do think habits, I think values are what you can give your kids.
Yep.
Like discipline as in finish what you started,
See,
keep
but-
your promises.
See, but
so
I think
like-
all
like-
that comes to like Joanna's more of tell them what to do. I'm more of watch what I do.
There you go.
So they see me
Examples.
wake up.
You
They see me
gotta be
running
a
in the
good
morning.
example.
Yeah.
I come back before breakfast. I make them breakfast. They see everything.
So that
and
goes
then,
back
and
to
then, and then even Tiger, like he's like, Dad, I haven't seen you eat candy. I'm like, oh, I don't eat candy anymore. He goes, Why? I only big and strong. Tiger doesn't eat candy.
So you're illustrating one of the biggest points. There are two different kinds of power. One is do what the fuck I say right now, and what does that do? That causes
doesn't
you
work.
to cause you to bow your head.
But you get
and
scared.
So wait, you bow your head.
coward.
The other is there's another kind of power which causes people to lift their head and look at you in awe. Now, when you set an example, they want to emulate you. And it's the old adage about countries that way. When countries have an authoritarian dictator who says, you do what the fuck I say, somehow they're, the greatest quote I ever heard is, you can hold a gun to a man's head and make him move a box from A to B.
Yeah.
You can't hold a gun to a man's head and make him have a great idea.
Yeah.
And that's a classic example of how to raise your
but that's
kids.
what I'm
Set
saying.
an
That's what I'm
example.
saying. It's
And
like,
I wish we had that
But, like-
leadership in fucking America right now.
Well,
yeah. Well, I don't know. I just think I wish I could fucking pinpoint it down to where the fuck I just made the fucking switch.
But you had
Or
your
just-
issue. You had your issues too, because obviously you were alcoholic.
Yeah.
What's funny
I
is
loved it.
what's fun. I know. I
Well, how
I tried
early
to get
did
him to
you start
relapse all the
drinking?
time.
How early did I start
how
drinking?
long- how
I
young-
was 14.
I tried to
Wild
get,
turkey, baby. Come on. Now.
Yeah. You went
Such a
wild
shit
turkey at
whiskey.
14?
Such a shit
this
whiskey.
whiskey's not bad.
Denver's finest.
Were you? What you say no?
I was saying the old Chappelle will come out every now and then, and it's my favorite fucking.
Oh, it
thing.
happened in.
What does he look
Vulcan.
like?
It
What does
happened
old
in
Chappelle
Austin.
look
Oh,
like?
dude, there was this guy. This guy that wouldn't quit talking, and so the team's in the back, and I think Fahim Anwar was on stage, and he doesn't
crowd was-
care. And
yeah,
he's
the crowd
doing
was
thing-
rowdy.
The crowd's rowdy. It's like a Slipknot concert,
Yeah.
right? The stage is all crazy. So they're just vibing, drinking, and nobody can calm them down. And Fahim doesn't care. He's dancing, doing his thing,
Yeah.
crushes it, whatever. But I get the team together. I go, all right. So just so we know, like that person right there, he's gonna be an issue. So Justin's the host. I go out there, address them, and usually when you address it, to shut them down. And then I was like, and then Chappelle, if they still go, you might have to say something because I'm the headliner. I'm next. So let's make sure there's none of these issues. So Justin goes out and does the thing. Guys, fuck you. And Justin's not a seasoned comic, so he's like, okay, does his thing. The guy keeps going. Chappelle comes out. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And Chappelle's so nice. I'm like, well, I'm going to have to deal with this myself, man. And the other comics, they're not seasoned, so they want nothing to do with it. Everybody's terrified. And this guy is a problem, man.
He's
fucking to show up for everybody.
He's just shouting dumb
there's no
shit.
security. Like, the time there's no security. They have security now, but I'm telling the guy who runs, I'm like, dude, you got to do something. He's like, what do we do? I'm like, you fucking kick him out. And then my brother's like, I'll fuck, I'm there with Jay, Mark Harley. I'm like, well, if he does it during my set, he's gonna get
Two tongue clubs.
I was like,
coming.
the
he's gonna get the
two-tongue
real
club.
thick boy experience.
But
Yeah,
he
yeah.
wouldn't do it with you. He'd be afraid.
Well, we don't know. 'Cause
Well,
he's getting drunker, and
we
he's
don't
not.
know.
He's also not a small man.
Okay.
He's not. Yeah.
Big Mexican
yeah.
dude,
All
cut
right.
off shirt, whatever. Chappelle goes out there. He's doing Chappelle, dude. The fucking old non-fucking journal
Pre-anger
wild
management.
turkey. Shut the fuck up! Fuck! And you're like,
Yeah.
I was just
and
like,
the guy was like,
yeah, he was like, I just love you. I said, no, you don't fucking love me. I said, you're sitting here shouting here.
Chappelle's like, all through the show,
Yeah.
all through the show, and I was like,
I think I even said, I was like,
I was scared. Then I went on stage. I
told
looked at him. I
Ian
go,
did.
dude, you're gonna make fucking Chappelle relapse. What the fuck are you doing?
He's back there drinking wild turkey.
He shut down.
Yeah, you shut him down.
Can I-
It's gotta
I said,
fucking-
you're the only guy I know who's gonna make Chappelle.
you're not
fucking relapse."
entertaining, dude.
Yeah.
Can I tell you
And
what
it's
happened
so
this,
rare.
You're not
this
part of the
weekend?
show.
That's the only time I've ever seen that Chappelle come out.
This weekend in Columbus. Now, look, I like my shows to get a little weird. I'll invite people on stage. I've
you
had
have fun. You make it an experience.
I've had
You get the guitar out still?
sometimes, depends.
More
man.
comfortable with
My
that? Remember you were thinking.
my
remember I
shows
talked
are
to you about it.
different every night. Like I have people come to my early shows and my late shows because they know it's a different
It's a
show.
different show.
So, but if there's somebody who's weird in the crowd, I'll bring them on stage and just see what we can do. So this dude was in the front row and we were talking. And I was talking to him and he goes, "Yeah, I actually wrestle." I go, "You right?" He goes, "Yeah, I do one of these small circuits." And I go, "What are the chances you get on stage and show me a move right
There's
now?"
some wrestlers in Columbus.
And he goes, "Yeah, I'll get up there." So this dude, not in shape, and I go, "Well, should we do this shirtless?" And he goes, "Yeah, this is be a good move to go shirtless." And my man is like, whatever. So, and I try to give him some mic time. He's bad on the mic. And I'm like, I think this is going to be terrible. So I do a little hacksaw Jim Duggan walk around him. And I go, "Show me what we're going to do." He goes, "I'm going to give you a chest slap." Now, in my...
Oh, you mean like performance wrestling?
Right.
Not like
I was thinking
Ohio.
like-
State.
No,
I'm thinking Ohio State.
No,
That's what I thought.
performance wrestling. His name is Remington.
thinking Ohio State.
His name
I'm
is
saying a double leg.
Yeah, I
His
was
name
like-
is Remington Colt.
Oh hell yeah!
He's a hunter, right? And so I do the hacksaw Jim Duggan walk around him. I go, "What are we gonna do?" He goes, "I'm gonna do the chest slap." And I go, "Okay." Now in my I don't know. That didn't look like him. In my experience,
That looked like
you're supposed to stomp the ground and barely hit the chest for the noise. Right?
Yeah.
He slapped the piss out of you.
My man, when he started to wind up, I thought, oh, guys, I still have a hand. There,
He smacked the
if
fuck
you
out of
remember in first grade when you had to draw Thanksgiving turkey and you put your hand down, like you could have drawn a turkey on my
He
chest.
slapped the fuck out of you.
Yo, I can't wait to post
Was
the video
that
this
end or
week.
beginning of the show?
That was the very beginning
Yes, yeah,
of the show.
It's just burning. Just burning.
Giant handprint
Yep.
on my chest.
Well, that was like when Steve-O had Tim Kennedy choke him out.
Yeah.
But Tim choked him
dropped
out
him.
and then just dropped him.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's very dangerous.
Yeah.
I do this. Now thinking about it, I do this. I cover my face.
Dude, I was dropping Tiger out of school this morning on a bus. There's the Jackass Forever thing, and the graphic is Johnny Knoxville being shot out of a cannon, and he has wings on. I love those.
I can't wait to see that.
I love them. Steve-O's one of my favorite people on earth.
Can't wait to see it.
Dude, I looked at that promo poster. I went, oh no, let's not do this anymore. Like because Johnny Knoxville has full gray hair.
Full.
He has to be 50. It's like
he's
I
my
think he
age.
is
I think he's my
50.
age.
it's like, dude, you guys got to stop.
He's and the
Tiger goes, I want to see them.
He's
Like
the baddest motherfucker on the planet.
Yeah, he's 50.
abuse his body. I can't even imagine.
I think he gets off on. I think he's a genuine. I think he's a guy who actually gets off on pain. He's a masochist.
Look at him.
He's a true masochist.
Dude, type in
turns him
Jackass Forever.
Are you telling me you're not going to go watch it?
Oh, absolutely. I love those.
Yeah.
guys.
Me too. What's your favorite What's your favorite from those movies? I think the hardest I ever laughed was them shitting in the hardware store
Dude,
on the toilet.
There it is. If you zoom in, so I just had I had Francis Ngannou on food truck. It just dropped today, by the way. If you watch on Think Boy right now, I had Francis Ngannou on food truck. He's in Jackass Forever. They have one of their boys tied up in a chair in underwear, and he's in a chair. He's standing, and they told him, "Hey, we're gonna have this guy who's not." They didn't tell him it's the baddest man on the planet, and they go, "He's gonna punch you in the stomach," and the guy has a blindfold on. Well, they tell Francis punch him in the nuts.
no.
And Francis
That's not good.
punch him direct.
But that's
Francis
not good.
Ngannou, the hardest puncher, maybe of all time in the UFC, punches this man directly in the fucking
destroy
jewels.
your fucking.
You're
That-
nuts.
you think they give a fuck about their genitals?
know.
You think yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, get
I don't think bang, bro.
I
They've
will
been
tell
doing
you
this for years.
the Butterbean clip where he knocks him out in the store.
Oh my god!
Oh.
No, have you
like
seen the
this.
clip where they go against the Thai world champion girl and they have pads on? It's the gentleman who died. There it is.
Oh, Ryan
Come
Dunn.
on.
Wait, he gets hit in the nuts for always wearing a
test.
cup.
He did. Yeah, he didn't.
By the
know
way,
this.
can I tell you something? If you say I'm about to get hit in the stomach, but put this cup on, I'm like,
Oh no, it sounds like he is going to get punched. Let me just see this because this is not right.
this.
They're so funny, man.
They are.
It's so crazy.
They look like they have so much fucking fun, don't they? Oh, he's talking about getting punched by Francis.
This is also the guy.
Look, they told me it was gonna be a lightweight, and then Francis
no.
shows up.
Oh no, look at this.
That's
Look at
also
this.
the dude who
Look at
had the pubic hair beard.
Yeah,
on it.
the pubic hair beard. He
What
didn't
a
even know.
fucking
Dude.
great bit.
Oh!
Look at his face. Look at his face. Watch his face when he hits him. So he knew he's. Oh! Look at his face.
Honestly, what if you had seen his dick just come out of his mouth like?
Dude, that's Francis Ngannou hitting you in a fucking ball.
And not only that, he hit up
Yeah.
He went-
Yeah, he gave it like a.
to mush him in there. He didn't hit down and give
I
you a
love it
chance.
'cause,
He was like,
because
"Hey."
Francis from Africa, he doesn't know the Jackass guy, so he's like, yeah, I guess I'll do this, and he's around all these fucking psychopaths.
My favorite is when Steve-O did that roller coaster, like the slingshot, but he was in
Oh,
a porter potty.
That makes me throw up.
That
my
one?
worst
thing I've ever seen in my life.
If I'm eating and Jackass
shit I've
1 or
ever seen
2
in
or
my
3's on,
life.
I'll be like, no.
That shit is so disgusting. They do the bees in the fucking the beehive in the fucking limo.
Oh, yeah.
And that
Makes me laugh
fucking
so
king
hard.
cobra.
It makes me laugh.
Yep.
No, when they go to that clinic, and they put a car up their ass, and it's like some
Ryan
Asian
Dunn did that
doctor,
one.
and he's like, yeah, he goes, it's a toy car. It's a toy. They have the X-rays, like it's a toy car in his ass. And Ryan Dunn's like, sorry, me and the boys got wild last night, man. And he's like, we gotta take it out, man. Like this isn't.
How about when they have?
I was hoping you wouldn't take it out. Could you put a racetrack in there?
Remember
Could
the
you put
close-up of the volcano?
And it was actually
It's diarrhea.
I like I was so astonished at how good it was, that whole movie. I was just like, this is the most entertaining shit I've ever seen in my fucking life.
I like the one where they're trying to read the letter and they're like, get closer.
Oh,
and
by the
that
way,
was
great prank.
But dude,
where the
that,
fist
I don't
comes
think
in-
that's not
when the
funny.
fist comes in.
Great
Like,
prank.
I would never do that to
I'd
a
be
friend.
so mad.
Yeah.
They have a rule though. They have a rule though where you can't
have
be
rules?
mad. Yeah, there has to be a rule because there has to be something where like obviously this is what we do. You
Yeah.
can't like try and
No,
fight some.
but
of the
Steve-O
cast
has he's permanently, his voice is permanently damaged.
Dude, I did his
What do you
podcast,
mean?
Wild One or whatever.
because his voice got, I
His
think
voice
he broke
was shot.
his larynx.
He broke
Yeah.
his larynx. He had to have surgery on his larynx.
From what stunt?
And his dick is
I
crooked
think just
too.
from smoking and the way he
Probably
talks.
drugs, maybe.
yeah, the hook, the fish hook through the
Oh, God.
Oh, you mean the Mako shark that almost bit him?
fucking fish
Well,
hook
remember
through
when
the
they
cheek?
did MTV Wild Boys?
Wild
Yeah.
Boys,
Was it him and
Bam, right?
Pontius.
Chris Pontius?
Yeah.
Chris Pontius always has his dick out. I love when he goes to Tokyo and just is in a thong. Yeah, it's
Amazing,
like-
amazing. But if, by the way, if you're in Jackass, that's the job I want to have. Instead of getting punched in the nuts, I just got to show my dick. I'll be that dude.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm
like,
on board
that's
for being that
not for me.
dude.
No, I don't get that. Like when they have the hair clipper and then it'd go dun dun.
Good one.
And they'd be just sitting around eating lunch here.
Oh, yeah,
Fuck
they
up
would-
their haircut.
Yeah, they just right in
Like,
the middle of the head.
Hey man, I'd be so mad. I'd be like, dude, the fuck is wrong with you guys?
But you have to know that if you're on that set,
That's my point.
that's-
There's a unspoken rules like, hey dude, you're signed up for Jackass.
but what is like? Didn't you and your friends or you and your brothers ever?
No, I never played like that. I don't play those
No,
games.
I don't either.
play those games like
Yeah.
No.
like I
If
got
you were
into-
that
I
guy,
got
I was
into
going to avoid you.
Yeah. You don't
guys-
want to be around
my-
that. I feel
my-
like
my
I
friends
the
used
never.
to-
nut shots.
Yeah.
And all, I don't
No,
play
no,
like
no,
that.
I don't like the
Punch
nut
each
shot,
other
but I
in
like
the stomach
practical
after
jokes.
they ate.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. After you eat, I have to punch you in the stomach. See, if,
No, I don't like that.
count me the
You know,
fuck out.
the only
Yeah.
time I did that with You'll Love This, it's the only thing I relate to with that guy getting punched by Francis is in college. Joe Kloppenstein and me were arguing who could eat more because Red Lobster had all you can eat shrimp scampi.
Oh boy.
So I was like, I guarantee, though I love him. I guarantee I can beat you. And he goes, all right, loser gets punched in the stomach after we finish eating. And I go, I'll do that with you. And Klopp can fucking punch, man. He fucking strong. So we go to Red Lobster, me and the roommates, and whoever loses has to pay the bill. And you're in college, so we don't have a lot of money. So I don't know. I eat like 300 shrimp scampi. I'm just full of shrimp scampi. He eats like 400. I can't see straight, dude. I have so much oil and Parmesan and fucking butter. I can't see straight. He's like, deal's the deal, though. I'm like, yeah, you can punch me, man. So we go outside.
I'm not going to punch you. Even then,
And this is
I'm not
before
gonna punch
cameras
Yeah,
and
yeah, I
all
would
that.
punch- yeah.
Dude, he's like, you ready? I'm like, I think so. And I just want it out of me. And he fucking uppercuts me like fucking Ryu off Street Fighter. And I go, and then fucking just throw up all that shrimp scampi. And the whole staff is outside watching from Red Lobster. I throw up just
Two
mounds of
giants,
shrimp
two
scampi.
giants.
By the way, that
Dude,
is
But I won because he was like, an hour later, he's like, I feel awful. I'm like, I feel fine, dude.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
I
yeah.
won this.
Yeah.
match.
By the way, that is the most meathead story I have ever heard. In my, not only are we going to eat 400 shrimp, but then I get to punch you.
Right after, yeah.
That's
all-
by one of the
5,
big-
6
by one of
college
the
kids
biggest
bored as
communities.
fuck. Red Lobster was like, oh my god, dude. Do we have this? I'm like, keep the scampi coming, lady.
Gone.
What is shrimp
Gone.
scampi? Just like fucking.
It's shrimp, and then
It's
they're like
delicious.
baked in like
I can't-
Yeah, but like
oil,
5 of
butter.
them, not 300.
300. I felt so sick.
Yeah, when you're.
Oh, so you just ate a shitload of that?
That looks so good.
When's the last time we had Red Lobster? I ordered to the house. I don't know, a year
Not
ago.
good?
It is so sad.
It's
It's
sad.
disgusting.
Yeah, there's better seafood restaurants.
Yeah.
Well, now,
once
right
you-
now,
once
but
you
when
get-
college, that was
That's
fucking
something
prime
good.
time eating,
That's
dude.
right, that's right.
I love shrimp scampi. If it's
Oh,
done
so it's
right,
just like
it's shrimp in
with
like
garlic
flavor.
and a butter.
Garlic, butter,
olive
and shrimp.
oil,
Come on,
garlic,
that's pretty fucking
and butter,
beautiful.
and
Yeah.
it's so there's so much flavor.
That looks
Shrimp
very
is so
good. It looks like
disgusting.
shrimp itself is just disgusting.
Yeah,
What?
There's no health benefits to it.
depends.
Yeah.
Really?
What?
No, no.
It's not good for you.
Well, no. Think about the cockroaches of the sea.
Yeah,
The
but it's
bottom
protein,
dwellers.
right?
No, I mean, not a ton. It's not great. They're not great for you.
Are you saying that same with crab and lobster?
Yeah, it's not great. For,
I
like,
guess it.
it's-
I guess it jacks your cholesterol up, but I don't know.
well, if you dump butter and shit all over it, but if it's just regular shrimp, you're fine.
But don't you like seafood boil? Boiling crab?
Yeah, yeah. I like bowling crab. I don't eat
What's
like
the-
on the
oh, is that where
carnivore
you eat
diet.
with your hands?
Look up shrimp.
I'm on carnivore.
What is that?
Nutrition?
Only
Just-
red meat, only steak.
And what else?
That's it.
Steak.
Nothing else.
Right.
So breakfast, lunch, dinner,
All steak.
and no
18
fruit,
grams of
vegetable,
protein.
nothing like that?
What'd you say?
You lost weight.
Fruit,
from it.
vegetable?
No, nothing.
Hey,
just
Bubba,
red meat.
Shrimp's pretty good for you. got a lot of your.
How you feeling? How do you feel?
Great.
How long you been doing it?
This will be my 5th week. I started 4 weeks
Before
out from Tough Mudder.
Tough Mudder,
And
yeah.
I was only gonna do it to Tough Mudder to lose weight and get in shape. And then I'm down like 16 pounds and I feel great. And then I thought I was gonna stop after Tough Mudder.
Yeah.
I get done with Tough Mudder. I was like, fuck it. And
Can
I just ate
ask
a hot dog.
Can I ask you a question? Are you shitting?
No, I know Rogan's like, get ready for the shits. And I'm like,
I wouldn't shit at
if
all.
anything, I barely shit anymore.
Yeah.
Barely. Ever.
You don't have any fiber. That's
Which
why.
that can't be healthy.
No,
I was
yeah.
like, that doesn't sound healthy at all. He said, I stopped
By the way,
shitting.
that seems like that just dawned on you. That can't be. Yeah, I
Like
would think-
I'll eat only red meat. Like I'll eat lamb. Like I had lamb chops last night. Probably had 15 lamb chops.
God damn.
15.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to tell you, in my life, I don't think I've had 15 lamb chops.
But that's all I eat. And then I'm set for the night.
You ever done a Tough Mudder?
No, but I was watching you
April
and I
9th.
want to.
Want to do it with us?
Yes.
You would do it?
I would love to do it.
Do you
You
run
could do
and stuff?
you could do 5 or 10 or 15K.
I don't, but I
He's in
feel like
shape,
I'm in
man.
pretty.
Yeah.
like,
You
right
got
now,
one of the best bodies in comedy.
I'm gonna tell you something. Like, so I went the opposite of you for a little while. I was having some weird
carbs?
autoimmune shit, and so I went vegan. And I have to tell you, first, there were pluses and minuses. One, energy wise, never felt better in my life.
For how long though? Because I heard a lot of people do it. And at first, when you go vegan, your energy level and clarity is off the charts, and then it goes. You
Well, what happened was I
start
just
voting left. And you start
constantly.
Start dyeing your hair purple.
You buy a cat.
You got your pronouns mapped out.
Yeah, you start hating on Rogan on Twitter.
You're like, Rogan's a piece of shit.
Wear a
Yeah.
cardigan,
Yeah,
paint panels.
You're anti-capitalist.
No, but for me, the feeling of constant hunger was not okay. But I lost a shit ton of weight.
See, I don't have that on carnivore. I'm never
Yeah.
hungry. I have to force myself to eat now,
Yeah.
which I've never had before. Usually, my life is revolved around food. Carnivore is the first diet I've ever had where
How long will you do this for? Do you think?
I don't forever maybe. I don't. I can't.
You take vitamins and shit?
No.
So, but there's certain things you can't get from meat. Like
what?
vitamin C?
Fiber,
No,
and
no.
different. Things
You,
like
but there, I'm good.
I think you can do the carnivore diet for a long time. And
Jordan Peterson has done
yeah.
it literally.
A lot of people will do.
Oh, really?
A lot of people do.
I'm
one
just
day
hoping to
when
get
they eat lot of
just
other
a
stuff.
splash of his smartness.
But
Yeah.
you could do one day.
I don't think
one
eating
day
lamb
when
gets you
do,
smarter.
Like vegetables and you do whatever.
I think if I'm craving something that gets that bad, then I'll do like one cheat day. But I still have.
So one of the things you can do is oysters, shellfish. Like oysters have almost everything you need.
I have to eat
Really?
1,000 of them.
No, it's a superfood. So you can eat like 4 of them and get what you need for the week in terms of like your copper,
Yeah.
your selenium,
Yep.
all that.
Are they
real?
aphrodisiac?
No,
Yeah.
but so that
what they say.
no, they spike
That's a
your
myth?
testosterone.
It's never helped
No,
my nuts.
They spike your testosterone, but that's specifically because apparently they bring your mineral balance into place, right? So a lot of times when they test your testosterone and they want to fix it, an endocrinologist will look at your other levels. And if they're lower,
they're
sometimes they
off.
can bring your
And I'm not advocating carnivore diet for everybody out there, but I've done you name it. Like
Yeah.
people joke when I said I'm on carnivore, like, okay, what diet are you on this week? I get it. But as far for me, it's the easiest.
That's
to
the one
stick
that you
to.
felt best with?
It's super easy. I
Yeah.
feel great. I've lost tons of weight. My energy's great. So
I would miss other
until
food.
until it tanks.
Me too.
I'm telling you, I thought I was like, oh, I'm gonna be fucked.
Yeah.
Nothing, man.
If you feel good,
Nothing.
I
If
also,
it fits you best, then.
I'm a bit of a weed smoker.
You smoke weed on it.
Yeah, I know, but
Oh, you get munchies.
yeah, I'm never like.
You still
I'm
doing
so
the high
I love
life?
a
Can you-
lamb
Can you-
chop.
Can you still kill it with edibles?
Oh, I kill it with lead. I don't do that high life show anymore.
You weren't feeling it.
No, you know what's, man, moving to Nashville, I think I told you this. Leaving LA was the best thing that ever happened to me. And so it reset my entire clock as far as creativity and what I wanted to do. You know what leaving Los Angeles made me do the most was, and I'm not this dude, but it kind of turned into this dude. I had been a guy that was just, when I'm here,
Hustle.
no, I just was less concerned about what I'm doing and more comparing myself to other people.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
talked about
I
this.
found myself in doing that in this city.
very easy.
Right. And so when I left here, there were certain things where I was like, that was the old me. And like this podcast that I'm doing with Jacob, with my son. This is the most fucking fun I have had in so long, just shooting the shit. And so I don't do that high life anymore because to me, there's some things I just left behind me. Now I still smoke a ton of weed.
You're
and
just not doing a pod. With
yeah,
it anymore.
and I still take my mushrooms once a week just to kind of reconnect with, but I've changed my mushroom routine and Beth hates it because now I take mushrooms and I stay home, and she's like, "You need to get the fuck out of here." Yeah, she's like, "You the
You
conversation."
microdose or you take a good old handful?
Well, look, man, I'm no
Or you
quitter.
do the pill.
Do you know what I mean? Nobody likes a
If we're
quitter.
gonna do it, let's jump into
Let's
it.
jump
Have you done
in.
mushrooms?
No.
What?
You'd like them.
You would? Oh, we should do it
Oh,
one
you know
night.
what? No, hold up. I microdosed.
No, fuck that.
I think one or two
No,
pills, and I did. Then I
we gotta
did.
do a
Then I
trip.
did yoga.
Yeah.
And I did and I was staying whatever the praying mantis
Yeah.
pose, whatever.
Downward
And I was
dog.
just staying there for fucking an hour, just listening.
Dude, I was doing- I did-
I felt like the music was flowing out.
I
of
did
it.
so many mushrooms
And
one
they would
time.
they would say to change poses. I
Yeah.
just stayed there, and she's like, "You're fine here. You keep doing
Yeah.
this. You stay there." I'm like,
Oh,
"You're fucking
dude,
right,
you
bitch."
would do
Dude,
great.
I did so
don't
many
we-
mushrooms one time that I looked in the mirror. I was with my girlfriend and I went, "Can't go out today." And she goes, "Why?" And I go, "Look at my fucking legs." And she goes, "What do you mean?" And I go, my legs are way too short today to go out. And I meant it. I meant it.
That's fair.
Patty, I go, my legs.
Oh, this
I go,
is years ago.
Yeah, I go, my legs are way too short to go out today. I'm not doing that. And
That's
she was
hilarious.
You were
fucking-
high
And I
as
was
shit.
dead serious.
Brendan, why don't we take some mushrooms? We just bought 5 acres in Joshua Tree. Why don't we take some mushrooms? We can
Good
bring some
discussion.
cameras if you want.
To do that.
It'd be fun.
I want to
Take some mushrooms. Head out there. We can either go out to the park or
Or
we
did
can
I
stay.
say some outlandish shit and get canceled?
That's what you
No,
always worry
man.
about.
Listen,
But it's a
mushrooms are
beautiful thing.
not going to
Make you
get
do
you.
that.
You'll find yourself
say
staring
angry,
at a fountain.
cancelable.
You'll
Steve
you'll
Jobs
stare at
did a
fountain
bunch
for
of
4
it.
hours.
By the way, Steve Jobs. You read that book, Jobs?
Yep.
Can I tell you what an asshole?
Yeah.
By the
Read
way,
that book, you're like,
that's
Jesus
the
Christ.
only
Really?
book where I've ever been like, when's
Terrible
cancer
dad.
coming?
Yeah.
Fuck, when's the cancer chapter? This dude
Yeah.
is the biggest asshole I have ever. And
Innovator, but
Innovator.
man, must have been tough to work for.
But an asshole.
have you read that book?
No, I
Yo,
haven't.
not one redeemable
bad dad,
human.
like horrible dad,
Oh, bad
horrible
dad?
father. Oh, awful.
he didn't admit to having a.
For a long time.
Well, his own dad did that, right? He didn't know his own dad.
No, they gave him up for adoption. So
He was adopted.
He was adopted. He was raised by a good family though.
Oh.
but he had that resentment.
Yeah, of course,
Had-
naturally, yeah.
Had that chip on his shoulder till he died.
Why don't we plan a mushroom trip? Would you go?
I'm dying to do.
How far is Joshua Tree from here?
Like an
Hour and a half.
2 hours or something like that.
Yeah, you're not doing them, right? Would you do them?
Psychedelics
No,
are
he's,
fine.
think I can
he's kind
handle
of
it?
vegan. He's vegan.
I'm a fan of
Mushrooms are vegan.
psychedelics. Psychedelics are fine.
Here's the thing. I would start with like 1.5 grams. So you're not.
How long is the trip?
But here's the thing.
Yeah, I don't wanna be out on that.
Here's the thing. 1.5 grams is a good place to start because 1.5 grams, you're not. It's not
4
a hero's
hours.
journey.
About 4 hours, right?
Yeah, you're gonna be high for a little while, but 1.5 grams is
we
gonna
do
keep you
3
under
grams. We're
control.
gonna start fucking each other.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah, I don't know who told you. By the way, whoever told you about mushrooms.
He's like, hey, dog,
The minute he
we gonna
takes him,
fuck or
well,
what?
that's not a good game. I think he was doing that. on
Like,
Yeah, you're
shrooms
doing
make
them wrong,
shop
bro. You're
gay.
doing them wrong.
Dude, you want to be on high in mushrooms when I get gay at Joshua Tree?
Brendan keeps trying to kiss me.
Nobody's around.
Yeah.
Who's gonna stop me from
I know,
fucking
who's
you
gonna
guys?
stop him?
Yeah, we go in single and come out a thruple. We come out a thruple.
Yeah.
The fighter and the kids are a thruple.
Yeah, we think we're gonna get one kind of video.
We're all
we get a
sister
completely
wives.
different one. We're like,
We're all sister wives.
yeah.
We launch our OnlyFans.
It's a new show. It's been
It's
together.
me sucking on your balls.
Yeah.
That's the
Oh, God.
All
OnlyFans.
mad at each other.
That'd be sad.
All mad the way boyfriends get mad at each other. Well, you
like-
didn't listen to me this
I'm like
morning.
Hugh Hefner. You guys are fighting to be my number.
And then you feel I was favoring Chappelle. Yeah. Favoring Chappelle in our love trio.
I'm into
Yeah.
this.
By the way,
We call it the boys next door.
Yep.
Yeah.
Old Rinks is the top. Old Rinks is the
Yeah.
by
top.
the way, you could still call it thick boy, and I think you're.
Yeah,
yeah,
it would be thick boys.
Yeah, you could still be in
true.
it.
Yep. And I'm going to double stack.
Oh.
Yeah. You
You
guys,
stack me and Chappelle.
you guys are going to play a little game of piggyback, and Daddy's going to town.
But you know what? You're gonna have to hop
double
like a.
decker?
It's piggyback Sunday.
It's double
But
decker
you- but
Saturday.
Double deck Saturday.
have you ever seen
Every
it-
day's
one
a
of the-
double decker for some reason? Every day.
Have you ever seen one of those
Every day.
chihuahuas have to jump to fuck?
What's that?
Have you ever seen a chihuahua try to jump?
Yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
you would
Like a
be
big
doing
dog?
on the. You'd be jumping to fuck. I
Well,
like
we'll
shit.
get him-
got
we'll
for
get him in
us,
a
man?
situation.
Get us out of this.
I know.
Get me out of
that
this
is-
stacking
this is like-
situation.
You guys should
got
film
gay
it
at
if
the
you actually
end.
do it though.
I don't know.
You mean stacking each other?
But here's the thing:
Oh.
you could always like
Shut up, Brian.
you film it If you don't like it,
You don't get rid
show
of it. That's exactly it.
Yeah, maybe.
Wait, what happened? Wait, what?
Usually,
or how about
usually
I
it's
don't know
just
what
us
you're
staring
saying.
at the stars. It's not as exciting.
How about we just go do it? You see what it's like, and then we go from there.
That's a better idea. Yeah, I'd feel more anxiety for a fact.
If you had videotaped us doing DMT, it would have just been us like, ha 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 ha. You all right, man?
For
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah.
Or 45 seconds.
Yeah, it's
DMT, by the way.
DMT is quick?
My buddy asked me.
best.
He goes, "Hey, I can get you a DMT vape pen."
Nah,
I was
it's
like,
not the same. I did it.
Is it not the same?
Nope. It can fuck off. Fuck off with your DMT vape pens. Horseshit. I'm talking about smoking.
Really?
Good stuff we did.
Smoking it with Mr.
We had a
Aubrey Marcus.
shaman, Aubrey
we had,
Marcus,
we had
the
Aubrey
shaman.
Marcus, the
So
shaman.
you have to have a shaman for DMT too?
Dude,
I knew the
you-
ayahuasca, you had to have a shaman, but the DMT.
yeah, but
It's
DMT
better to do it with
DMT
someone
is
knows what
is
they're
the
doing.
substance that is in ayahuasca.
Oh, okay.
How can we do that? How do we set that up again?
I got some people who can get us the real
Especially
shit.
when we're in Austin.
I got some of those
Really?
.com motherfuckers.
They know a
that
real
do this.
shaman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I would listen, man.
And he does it a lot, right?
I would.
You want to do DMT the right way, and you want to
Yes.
smoke it the right way. And You want
Yes.
to make sure it's DMT.
Yes.
So the vape pen is like so
I can't
chemical.
believe we smoked that.
Oh man.
See, I'm down for whatever, man, but I'm really down for new experiences.
Well, we got dropped.
100%.
We didn't know, so we just knew. We said Aubrey's going to be taking you through the ceremony tonight, and we're both macho.
I thought we were
didn't-
gonna fuck.
We didn't tip our hats. We just went like this. We went ceremony, and he goes, "Oh yeah, he's got a nice surprise." And Brendan and I were like,
It was really nice. It was
It
like
was-
this warm
was the best?
environment.
It
Y'all
was the
started
best.
He
crying,
was
right?
like drunk. No, I was laughing so hard. He's like, dude, you gotta pipe down.
It was the best.
I couldn't stop laughing.
Was
we
it
wanted
fun?
to keep doing it.
Oh yeah.
How
45
now-
seconds.
Okay, let me ask you another question.
I thought it was 3 days.
Everybody that I've talked to, well, not everybody, a majority of the people who I've talked to saw elves.
I saw sacred geometry, but I'm too old for it to change my life. You know what I mean? I'm too old.
Yeah, I'm not that guy that came out of the experience was like, oh man, like I'm already a nice person. So I think of it like that just heightened everything. And I was like in this like gold, like almost heaven. I was like covered in gold clouds and like floating through the gold clouds.
Mushrooms.
I want it.
I was pushing off all
I
of them.
want
And
it. I
then
want it.
When I say laughing, I'm talking.
I want it.
Aubrey was like, dude, even when I was outside, you got to pipe down. Dude.
I did
Like,
have a
just show
life
out.
changing. I did have a life changing trip, and when I say life changing, I think I'd be a different person. I had a life changing
All right, take
trip
it
on
easy.
mushrooms when I was 21.
Hey,
In
Bob-
other words, I took a 4-hour shower, and I reassessed my whole life, but it was profound.
Your skin
Can I
was
tell
probably
you-
so wrinkly?
Oh, I came out. I looked 90.
Yeah.
And then people were like, "Wah!" And I was like, "What's wrong?" And I freaked out over that.
For me, mushrooms, and especially around 1.5 grams, 2 grams. So I can really remember, but with a couple years ago, one thing that a mushroom trip did for me was I was a little low. I was sinking a little low, and I was a little depressed. And then I had this great 3 hours. And I came out of that, and what I came out of that thinking is, you're in control of your brain, dude. This is the same brain that 3 hours ago told you you were a piece of shit. This is the worst. For 3 hours, this same brain told you different things.
Have you suffered from any of that, the depression shit when you were in Nashville or Henderson? Does it pop back?
No.
That dark passenger?
That psilocybin.
Because it jumped every time I do. I think to myself, yo, I'm in control. This is in my body. I'm in control of the thoughts that it's. So if I start to go down, I don't even fuck around. I never say out loud, you're such a piece of shit. I will never say that out loud about myself
I don't think I've ever said that.
again.
There was
But you know what I mean? Just like a
Yeah.
whatever down on yourself, because your brain listens. And so for me, like I've just changed that narrative. I won't allow myself. I know now that my brain is in charge of deciding how I feel, and mushrooms really helped me with that. It was like I can just decide I'm going to think a different way right now.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, there was that guru, that contemplative athlete, that fucking guy who spends all his time in India meditating, and they gave him an ungodly amount of acid. It's on video somewhere where he took all the hits, and it was like, you're gonna fucking, and he was like in the high, in the trip, he was telling everybody what was going on, and he could shift back and forth because he was he was observing. He was able to observe himself have a
didn't
trip.
freak out?
I mean, fuck, dude. Like,
All right, Chin, what do you got? Everyone in here done mushrooms?
Yeah.
No Christian has.
A$AP
Cat
Rocky
has
and
it?
Rihanna. I like
Yeah,
A$AP
so
Rocky.
Rihanna is pregnant with ASAP Rocky's kid, and a lot of people feel some
Are
type of way
sad.
about this. Also, they think Drake
Sad?
is very sad.
Yeah.
Drake
yeah.
unfollowed her on Instagram.
Really?
Morning.
Why?
Yeah.
What happened?
That was like his girl, kind of. Like
Drake loved Rihanna, and
So what
Rihanna
happened?
was just not like she wasn't really committing to him the same way he
Oh,
wanted
they
to commit
dated.
to her.
Oh,
Yeah, they
okay.
dated. He tried to kiss her during an award show before, and she like very
She,
clearly
like, yeah.
swerved him.
Oh shit.
they're a cute couple.
Why are people
not
upset about this?
More so just because Rihanna is Rihanna, and everyone in their head thinks that they have a shot at Rihanna.
She was like
Yeah.
a sexual.
It's more-
she was
it's
like
like
the
a
head
sex symbol.
sexual
Sad.
symbol.
Got it. Got
It's
it.
like,
yeah.
damn.
She's like the
like,
People
head
are
sexual
simping over
symbol.
her.
Now she's a mom, and so
Yeah.
I think people view it a different way.
I will tell you, like
I never thought I had a shot, so I don't care.
I do love dudes. This is total dude mentality because you're right. There are guys who thought, oh, I just need to get in front of her. You know what I mean? Tom from Indiana is like, I just need a face to face.
Yeah.
You Rihanna the billionaire.
Yeah.
You're talking about the guy before she dated him. He was a straight billionaire.
Yeah.
Chic billionaire.
Oh, really?
Yes.
But now
the
she's
dude
a billionaire.
before?
And she's a billionaire, so it's like you think you have a chance.
Zero
Yeah, zero
chance.
chance.
She looks at
Bruh.
me like a peasant. You
Dude,
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Like,
Zero
we have no chance.
chance.
She's dating
Yeah.
you for your personality, and you have to click all her bells, bro. You gotta.
Yeah.
There's something about it.
Yeah, because you know what's funny is that I'm sure we've all done this. At one point, there's been a girl in your brain who you thought, man, if I could just get in front of her, and you probably had that conversation in the mirror.
Yes.
Do you know? Can I tell you embarrassing? When I was in Seattle, and I don't know why this was my one. When I was in Seattle, goddamn, I used to think when I get to California, I'm gonna meet Tori Spelling.
Tori Spelling?
I don't know why.
God, aim higher.
I don't know. I don't know why.
Back in the day, all
I
right,
don't know
there's
why.
something about it,
I
all
was
right.
like, I'm gonna meet Tori Spelling at a movie theater, and this is how I don't know why it was always in my head, and this is what I'm gonna. I planned out the whole conversation. Okay, so I'm at the Beverly Connection when people used to go to theaters there, and I was with my cousin at the time, my brothers, and my cousin was on a show called Party of Five at the time. So things
Huge
were
show.
Yeah.
Right?
Party of Five's huge.
And I had told them, I think I'm gonna meet Tori Spelling in a movie theater, and who the fuck was right?
Tori Spelling showed up.
And they were like, dude, you've been planning this conversation in your head for years. Go get it. This is like, so I was like, here we go.
Operation Tori Spelling in effect.
So I start to walk over, and you know when you walk over to like a group of girls and one of them sees you walking over and whispers something to the group and they all start to laugh, but you know you're only halfway there?
Yeah.
And you still got to fucking
You still got to commit that
you
walk.
still got to make those 20 extra steps, and you look behind and your boys are like,
Yeah.
I walked up and I had a plan, man, what I was going to say. And what came out was, I've seen you on TV.
Oh,
My guy.
was she like, what?
Yeah, she was like, yeah, a lot of people have. And I was like, okay, see you later. Keep it moving.
You bombed.
Oh, dude.
That's a bomb.
I bombed
in
hard. Yeah, I bombed real hard. And by the way, you're right. I should have aimed a little
I know.
higher.
I'm like, Tori Spelling.
I don't know why. I
I
think
feel
it
like you could have got there if you didn't fuck that up.
Yeah, I just think I thought maybe this is my.
She was in everything.
Yeah.
Maybe this is my shot. This is
Yeah,
this
she
is
was a
a
dynamo.
realistic.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Back in the day?
Still, I should have shot higher.
Yeah.
I had a weird
Hopefully we
experience.
get a headbutt contest.
I'm not responding to that. I'm not responding to that. I like that Brandon goes, what?
What's up, Josh?
But I will tell you, I think I could match her forehead for forehead. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You got a forehead on you?
Oh my god, dude! Come on, look at this.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
Your hair's insane.
Oh, it is.
Hey,
Right.
you look like
Right.
Rick and Morty. You look like Rick.
Yeah, dude. But this forehead, I remember the reason I started wearing hats is I was like 12 and I was washing dishes, and I walked through the. My dad walked through the kitchen. These are the kind of things. By the way, when you have kids, they don't remember the giant conversations. They remember the offhand comments.
Bullshit ones, yeah.
Right? I'll never forget my dad walking to the kitchen, just looking at me going, whew, you got a big forehead. I put on a hat the next day. I've been wearing one ever since. Yeah, man. I mean,
Covered that
That's all it
forehead
takes.
up.
That's all it takes.
Does your son have a big
Learn.
forehead?
no, dude. Jacob is
God, you guys could play the live action Rick and Morty, dude.
100%.
Well, there you go.
That's
Call
not a
your
terrible
podcast
idea.
something
Yeah,
Rick and
yeah.
Morty.
yeah. Yeah, that's a good one.
What else do you got?
I love Rick and Morty.
You get some tennis elbow, man?
Oh, yeah, this is interesting.
Oh.
For your
The
neck?
View suspends Whoopi Goldberg.
overall health stuff.
Yeah, this is interesting because Michael Rappaport got on
Yeah,
this and was like,
I saw him.
don't say that the Holocaust wasn't about race.
It's completely what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they were talking about, I guess, a school had a controversy about teaching a book that revolves around the Holocaust. And while they were having this discussion, Whoopi Goldberg proceeded to say something along the lines of, well, if we're going to talk about the Holocaust, let's talk about the truth of it all. It had nothing to do with race,
Perfect.
since they're both two groups of white people. So
She doesn't
since it had,
know.
that's what she said. She's saying
You
it
don't
had.
understand that Jewish is different than.
Well, first of all,
Yes.
the Jews were
European
That's what
white.
first of all,
she
the Jews by the Germans were, if she had done any homework at all, which she hasn't, the Jews by the Germans were literally put in their own category as a race,
Yeah,
as
different race.
a subhuman
And that's
race,
even why
as
now-
what's called Gollum.
Yes.
All these different things they called them.
So
And they're all-
she got suspended, and then she goes, "If they're going to suspend me for this, I'm going to quit." Okay, you're lucky you didn't get canceled.
Can I?
Yeah.
Can I? And as a
Because
Jew,
you don't want to offend anybody in entertainment.
Jewish.
It's Jewish people.
Yeah, it's true. As a Jew,
They run it.
Can I tell you? To
every-
me, you're picking hairs. It's just like saying.
Ooh, this isn't picking hairs, is it?
To me, it is, man. Because look, whatever it was about, I don't think she was saying, "Hey, nothing bad happened." I don't think she was saying.
Well, hold on, but
do you know what I mean? Like
Her word. You're saying her wording was
But
just.
Josh,
Can I just
Yeah,
finish
yeah.
it? It's just like
How Jewish are you, Josh?
both my parents are Jewish. I was bar mitzvah. I am circumcised, but I do fuck people who aren't Jewish. So
Okay.
meaning my wife. Yeah. You're right.
that's very.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that's where I.
Yeah, I need to
because
know how
honestly,
Jewish
I
we
remember
are.
when my
I know, he was
mom was
listening to all
like,
the things that
but
you
my
were
mom
like,
was like,
wait
"Are you
for
marrying
it."
a Jew?" I'm like, "Have you seen?" No,
Josh,
I'm
what's
not.
going on? What's going on right now with
Yeah.
the new woke
Yeah.
movement is they are
agenda?
conflating white people with Jews. And I just want to say this: anyone who picks up a history book, anyone who looks at history, literally in the past 20 years, I mean, just 20 years ago, but forget that. Just look at history. Anyone who conflates the two, is simply ignorant, because Jews were always outside,
yes.
always outside, and most of the people that killed the Jews, rounded up and also marginalized them, were white people,
I
like
agree.
the Russians, like the Germans, and
You can't
ultimately
classify
like
them as
the
all
whole-
white. Also,
But-
the Jews that came over here and obviously faced horrible odds, they did pretty well.
I will say, look, man.
You mean
they
they
do
created
okay?
they created something called Hollywood?
Hollywood?
Yeah.
Or you ever use stainless steel or an X-ray? It's
Sure.
invented by
We
a
can talk
Jew.
about banks and
Yeah, we can
rest
just
of
keep
stuff.
going. How about art? You want to go into the art?
Sure.
Spielberg never directed.
Yeah,
Dude, but-
sure. No, they literally changed the dynamics.
Let me ask
of
you a
America.
question. Okay, let me
But
ask
they
you.
didn't face any adversity.
100%,
Smooth
dude.
sailing for them.
But
Neither did Asians, though.
You're a
like,
Nazi. You're a Nazi, Josh. I'm just kidding.
but like for me, it's when you get hung up on the words. When you,
I know-
get hung up,
I know-
when you get hung up on the words, it's
a
just
weird
like saying, it's like saying, what? It's like saying, black people can't be racist, right? When you
Yeah,
get
can.
right, but when you're getting hung up on the words, to me, we're just talking about hate. So whether you want to call it racism or prejudice, I don't give a fuck. Whatever she wants to.
Yeah.
That's I
Either way,
think
she's
you're-
wrong, though.
Yeah, but I think you're
but that's
focusing
my
on
point.
what ends up happening is, to me, we end up focusing on the wrong stuff. You're focusing. I don't give a fuck.
I would agree with
what
you almost
words
always, Josh.
she wants to
Josh,
use.
I'd agree with you almost always. But
one's
Whoopi
tough.
Goldberg is echoing a sentiment that I see and I totally disagree with, which is once again
so far.
conflating.
You got a Jewish last name.
It's historically offensive to take a Jewish
For all
guy
Jews.
and say you're a straight white male and you're privileged without looking.
I
at
agree.
the history.
And now she's
That's
facing the
what's going on.
backlash, and
But
she
does
goes,
that-
"If you're gonna suspend me, I quit."
But
It's like,
does
cool,
that-
quick. But
to
also, you want to talk about misinformation?
Yeah.
So what Rogan does, she's
But
on
she's kinda-
NBC or where the fuck bullshit network The View is on. That bullshit show, The View. She can spew that out, and that's
Dude,
okay.
it's not
A
okay.
2-week suspension.
But they're caught
and
up
then
on
you
the
wanna,
on just
you
the
wanna
word
make Rogan
race.
an enemy.
But I would say, as me, I don't consider Jews to be. I don't think Jewish to be a race.
No.
Look, and man,
culture.
there,
It's
and
a
also I
culture.
would tell you, there's a difference between being religious Jewish and culturally Jewish.
Yeah.
I would say Jews are the only religion that kind of get broken down in that way. Like when you think of Christianity or Christians, that group isn't identified in the same way as Jews.
No, but
Not at all.
you know what I'm saying?
But Josh,
Yeah.
Josh, there's an important distinction. So when you talk about a minority, like, so Chin, do me a favor, watch this. Google what percentage of the world population is Jewish. Watch how small this is.
Oh, it's tiny, dude.
Small
It's
minority.
beyond what you can imagine. They're up until recently, but there were probably 24 million.
And they
Jews.
have
But
each
that's
other's
why-
back.
that's
they,
why,
they
to me-
stick together. They have each other's back,
Yeah.
and they're very disciplined.
that's
So
why-
to be
to me-
Jewish was always imposed
Yes.
on a Jew, right? So in other words, you didn't have a choice. You knew that if somebody, that's why so many Jews when they came to this
ready,
country
ready,
changed
ready.
their
B. I'm
lives.
gonna do 0.19% of the world
Not
population.
1%, 0.19.
0.19.
So that when you have, and when the history of your entire history has been essentially one of, and you know this, I'm not telling you,
Yeah.
you know, I'm just trying to make a distinct. I'm talking to Whoopi Goldberg right now. They were always considered because they didn't have a choice. So your last name had to be changed. Most of the Jews that came
Mine
to the
was.
country, yes, they
Yeah.
changed the name to things like Miller,
Wolf, Eagle, Fox.
all that.
That's ours
All
is
that.
Wolf, yeah.
Kind
Yeah.
of dope.
Yes.
Those are dope.
You know
last
why?
Because they
It
couldn't-
was German.
But here's another thing.
Wolf is
So
very
the story that goes down through our family is that when they got to Ellis Island, it was a name that was too long that
Yep.
they didn't want to pronounce
was
and
Yiddish,
they didn't
sure.
want to
Yep.
write down.
Yeah.
And they said, nah, Wolf, Eagle, Fox.
Yeah.
And my ancestor picked Wolf. Thank God.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool name.
I'm not sure I'd want to be Josh Eagle.
Yeah.
I know that's
But you had, but there
most
was
American name ever,
Yeah,
though.
dude, no,
Josh Eagle's pretty lit. Too,
Eagle's
though.
is a radio
Wolf
DJ.
is sick. What was it?
Yeah, yeah,
Eagle
Fox.
Josh Fox.
Josh Fox.
I don't
I
hate
fucking
Josh
love
Fox.
No, most of-
Hey, I
most
don't
of-
mind
most of-
Josh
yeah.
Fox a little bit.
most of the gangster movies up until The Godfather. It was Francis Ford Coppola who said most of the people who played gangsters in the gangster movies who were playing Italian, they were all Jewish. They were all Jewish actors. And it was Coppola said, I want Italians. I want to smell that pasta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other interesting thing about Jews too is like the Jewish mafia. Obviously, you can have Jewish mafia,
Meyer
but the Jewish
Lansky.
mafia, what made them different too is the Italians always bred their youngest to come up in the mafia. The Jewish mafia went, no.
You're gonna
We're
be a
taking
doctor,
this risk.
a lawyer."
You're going to get educated, be lawyers, doctors.
Yeah.
We're making all this money. We're going to invest in your future. You're going to do it the right way. So we don't have to. So you're not going to go through what we went
So
through.
And by the way,
they're the,
Brian,
they're the
I
only.
know you're not. I know
I'm
you're
not
not.
sticking up
I know
for
you're
her.
not.
I'm not
the
sticking up
only-
for her.
No, you're right.
Yeah, you're just trying to throw out another perspective.
you're a bad name.
Yeah.
Another way to look at
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
No, I get.
But
I
they're
get
the
your point.
only
I was just
mafia
talking to
organization that
Yeah.
does that. That goes, nope, you're not going to be dumbasses like
But it
that.
also
Whoopi
explains
is so
what
silly
dude.
because she's
What you're saying about the
equity.
population. When
Could there be a
people
less
when
attack
people
person on
ask like,
Earth?
why does Israel respond in such? Yo, Israel. If you throw a rock at Israel, they're gonna 12 missiles per rock. But that's because look, this is the response from people who aren't that far off from not being on Earth anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So your response to feeling like everybody wants to kill me is, hey, let me respond to your rock with 57 missiles.
By the way, when you say as a Jew, when you say everybody wants to kill you, you're not that off.
No,
Mark.
I'm not.
You're
No.
not that off, Mark.
No.
I promise. There is already in the conspiracy world and everything else. When you hear globalist, when they talk about George Soros, what they're saying is Jews.
Yeah.
Kabbalah Jews.
Can I tell
When
you-
talk about Illuminati? If you really dig, it's a group of Jews. It's always the Jews this and the Jews that.
And
So-
they also like people feel very comfortable telling Jewish jokes. I was in Myrtle Beach,
I've never heard one.
right to my face. I was in Myrtle Beach, and this dude, meet and greet. He's coming up to take a picture with me. We have our arm around each other, and he goes, I don't usually think you people are funny. I was like,
Yeah.
I go, you people. I go, what do you mean you people? And he looks at his friends, right, to smile, like he's gonna get me, and he goes, kites with a T, kites.
Kites.
And I was like, kite. Now, first of all, the word is kike.
Yeah.
It's not kite. Like, and Jews
And
don't
where's
fly
that, where's
kites.
That, where's that come from though?
It's a very
It's a German-
northeastern.
No, I think it's a
Kite
German
has to be
word.
a German.
Ultimately,
It's German
I think
for
it
sure,
comes
but, like-
I
from-
assume most of it.
I think it comes from
originated
Nazi
in-
Germany.
Yeah, and it. By the way, it's a northeastern term. I don't hear it out here
What is-
that
yeah, where
much.
is it?
I haven't
But
heard it in
the
quite
fact
some
that he called
time.
me a kite, I didn't correct him. I was like, dude, this is hilarious. Like, you can call me a
Unknown
kite.
origin.
Yeah. All you want.
Yeah, early unknown origin, but there's just a picture of a couple of dudes like,
I know, right?
here's
Oh,
the origin.
the Yiddish word for circle, because they would hang out in circles or draw circles.
Oh.
Interesting.
Where nobody knows where it comes from.
Yeah.
No, we don't.
Yeah,
Urban
yeah. I
Dictionary.
just think
That's
I
racist.
think people like Whoopi Goldberg are as ignorant as the people they criticize, and that's the problem. And someone like Whoopi hasn't done her homework.
Also,
I agree.
anyone listen to Whoopi who's like, that's their Lord and Savior, you're a fucking moron.
But
I know she got
there's
changed.
a growing trend in colleges and very woke colleges. It's very acceptable now. It's definitely acceptable to criticize Israel. That's one thing, and that's fine. There is criticism to be had. Of
course.
But but it's now very, very, it's acceptable to pass around not only pamphlets about, is there a white problem, but is the problem actually a Jewish problem?
Exactly.
That won't last. That won't last.
Why is that
It won't
though? But
last.
it's becoming acceptable in academic circles.
It won't last.
Because
Brendan,
it won't last.
Brendan, I
but-
don't.
But the quote
don't
unquote
believe that.
Jews, the quote unquote
You think
Jews.
it's Instagram?
Well,
There's such a
how it
groundswell
starts.
in it
It's
right
how
now.
it starts. There's a huge groundswell because the idea is the Jews, quote unquote, control
Everything.
Everything, yeah.
So if you look at the people that
They've
own
earned
all the
it.
money,
They earned it,
well,
and they're smart.
there's a lot of this that goes on
And they
that
work their ass
says
off for it.
is the problem. This is being discussed
Yes.
among the very woke and being acceptable.
Fuck
is
college.
there maybe the white problem starts with a Jewish problem?
Yeah.
because that's
Interesting.
white. You
God, who
understand?
listens
This
to
is
that
a lot of
bullshit?
people, and this is what's being. That's what's accepted
Yes.
dialogue in a lot of our circles of higher education.
I agree. I hear more anti-Jewish, anti-Israel stuff now than I
More of
ever
a
have.
jealous thing though, because you guys are crushing it. You know,
I mean, look, man.
it's the same way people don't really hate on Asians because they're crushing it. You know,
People don't hate on Asians?
not really.
oh yeah, they do.
Not
Oh, yeah,
really.
they do.
I don't
Yeah,
think
they
so.
do.
Oh,
Well,
yeah, they
because
do.
you're not Asian, but there's
Well, no, I'm saying, but in general, like most of the outspoken cultures towards blacks, it's not towards Asians.
well, you're saying Asians aren't as vocal as
No,
other-
because
yeah.
you're doing well.
No, Asians themselves are not as vocal about
No,
About the
never have been.
yeah, I agree.
Never have been.
Oh, just to finish before we move on, whole context, because one of Whoopi Goldberg's co-hosts actually were really baffled by what she said during the recording, that she was kind of like, what do you mean by that? And she goes on to clarify, what happened to the Jewish people was horrendous and terrible, but she's saying that it wasn't based off of race, it's based off of like man being inhumane to man.
Oh, I see.
And it's, yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see what she said, so I'm speaking out of turn.
Oh,
Maybe I
she's
should
trying to
shut
break
the
it down
fuck
in a
up.
very technical.
She's trying
That's what
to
I'm
make-
saying. She's
Yeah.
not.
She's trying
She's
to
not
break it down
saying
like
it
a.
wasn't
hold on.
like a bad
Here's
thing.
on today's show. I said the Holocaust is not about race, but about man's inhumanity.
Oh,
to man.
okay.
I should have said it's about both. The Holocaust was about Nazi systematic annihilation.
They did.
of
It was,
the
they were
Jewish
ra-
people
they were the
who they-
original. They were the racists.
Yeah, they didn't
They were the ones
inferior
that-
race. That's the definition of racism.
Right. They
The
used
inferior race.
You want to have a pure race, which was the Aryan race. That's why it was about race. It's very, very important. That's what I mean by
But-
Whoopi being historically ignorant.
Can I ask you a question, Brian?
You know what my problem is?
That
Like,
when you're
That apology I'm good with.
you're redefining
I'm good.
race.
Me too. I'm good too.
I'm good. Like same with
Okay.
Nick Cannon. Like
You said you're
he's
sorry.
back now. I'm
I
like,
get
By the way,
I'm good.
By the way, the Nick
I don't
Cannon,
like Whoopi Goldberg. I see that. I'm like, I'm
You're
good.
back.
Can I tell you
yeah,
about
yeah,
it?
you're done
You
with
make
it. Like,
mistakes.
I
I'm
forgive
good.
you.
the Nick
forgive you.
Cannon
I've
thing.
never been a fan,
The
but-
Nick Cannon thing is exactly how all of this should be handled.
Yeah.
Julian Edelman, a Jew, reached out to him and was like, "Let me educate you
all.
on why you're." This, but by the
We're
way,
learning.
people do
And that's-
not
and that's-
deserve to be canceled.
No.
They deserve the chance
You
to
make
be
mistakes.
educated
Learn,
and
exactly.
learn.
Yeah.
Because when you cancel them,
Yeah.
you're making an even more
Oh,
bigot.
100%.
By
I
far.
said,
When she
They get
apologized-
away
when
with
you
away,
apologize
yep.
like that, let
I'm
her
good.
back on. Let her
Yeah,
back
I'm good.
on.
Yeah,
Let her
dude.
back
Like,
on.
did you see even The Rock with he responded to Rogan's
Rogan on
apology?
his
He
comment
goes, "I
section,
love
yeah.
this, brother. It's great. Can't wait to sit down with you. Glad you said this." He's like, "Can't wait to
Right.
share
About
some
what?
tequila."
Yeah.
Rogan issued the apology about Spotify having misinformation.
Oh, yeah.
So The Rock, who's probably going to run for president, goes, "Great stuff here, brother. Perfectly articulated. Look forward to coming on one day and breaking out the tequila with you."
My tequila.
Yeah, exactly.
Always working it. Always working it.
I will tell you, man, and the one thing about, especially what's happening with Rogan, is we are a lazy society that reads headlines. And,
Oh my God.
And
Now
then
it's so
just
close.
makes
That-
up
you
our
said it right
minds
there.
on our headlines.
Well, they don't have
right?
Trump anymore. So now that Rogan's doing this, like that, now we need an enemy. That's our guy.
But you're also like, look, man, and it doesn't. The name of the show isn't the Joe Rogan News Network.
No.
He's interviewing people that are provocative. He's interviewing people
that are interesting,
that
have
are
facts,
interesting to
details,
talk to,
that are different perspective.
Yeah,
than the
man.
mainstream
If you
media.
want the other one, go turn on CNN or whatever.
he
fucking
can
network.
find
Exactly.
that.
Right,
Agree.
right. So it's so
Do you guys
people
think we
want people. But you look, man. You know, for a part of the society, they want to be the person who be like, I found that gotcha. Because of me, that's why we're canceling
That's
this
social
person.
media,
It's
yeah.
like a
Yeah.
badge of fucking honor.
Do-
Yeah.
Do you think that there's just a problem with dialogue? Like people are scared of dialogue,
Well, they're
Nowadays,
scared.
like,
They're
they're
scared of
ideas.
They're scared of. They're scared of what doesn't comfort.
Well, there's just something like
They don't want
because
They want confirmation of their idea,
Their narrative.
the narrative that they're getting from mainstream media. So anything,
But what's wrong
especially
with-
because
Go
Rogan's
ahead.
show is bigger than CNN or Fox.
Yeah.
They hate that he's bigger and he's not part of that
Then why-
machine.
Okay.
As your narrative starts losing power,
stand
as your
it.
narrative starts losing
attack.
power,
You attack.
and people start seeing that your narrative is full of lies or it's not sustainable, and it starts to go away in favor of a stronger narrative and the truth.
But if a person's so
Yeah.
strong, but if a person's so strong in their narrative, why don't they just fucking have the conversation?
Okay,
It's
so,
like
so here's an example. So there's a lot of money in the COVID narrative as it stands, in the mainstream COVID narrative. Now.
Okay.
Whether it's true or not is a different subject.
Yeah.
But just
Hold
make
on,
no
hold on,
mistake
back
that
up. What do you mean? What if it's true?
Right.
Money? Well, we know that's true. I'm not saying it's the only agenda
So-
and vaccines save
so
lives. I'm all about
Pfizer
that.
wants
But we know
5-year-olds.
it's the most money they've ever made off vaccinations in the
You think?
history of the world.
37
And
billion.
now they want
doses?
5-year-olds.
5-year-olds?
They want five.
Oh, under five,
Moderna's
under five.
asking the
No, Pfizer.
FDA to pass Pfizer to pass FDA. The FDA. They're asking
Yeah.
FDA to pass
Can
Yeah,
I tell you
5-year-old and
something?
under. Hold
a
on.
disease that doesn't affect them at
Doesn't
all.
affect them at all. Now, why would they do that?
Oh, because they're interested in.
Now
kids'
let me ask you this.
safety.
Now let me ask you
They're
this,
interested
B.
in
Let me
kids'
put my fucking
safety.
drink down. The kids' safety.
Yeah.
The kids are safe.
My kids, my kids are still in masks 2 years later.
Yep, but you know what happened?
Still in masks.
But now the LA district attorneys are coming out saying we got to get rid of masks.
Because the CDC finally said cloth masks.
But also, you know, I have a very close friend who works for the COVID and Disease Center in California. Cases are pummeled. They're going to almost
Yeah,
non-existent.
we're still in masks.
So we're still in masks. But now when you look at Newsom, was he in a mask?
No.
Absolutely not.
A lot of money. You know, people make
Yeah.
a lot of money in what is considered an accepted mainstream narrative. Now, as we
What
learn more
parent
about
is
this,
going to let their kid get fucking vaccinated with COVID?
they'll make it mandatory, Bubba. Just like so, there are a lot of vaccines that are
You think
mandatory.
you think you have riots now?
Oh, I know.
In Canada and stuff. Wait till you start fucking with 5-year-olds.
Yeah. Yeah.
I homeschool my kids.
You know what,
I
Bubba?
homeschool
There are a
my
lot
kids.
I
people-
think
there are
a lot of
people
that's
that
gonna
are-
happen.
There are a lot of people
Yeah.
no, because there are a lot of people
that will put
go
up
along
with it, which is heartbreaking.
and
which is
and
heartbreaking.
you'd have to explain to me why a 5-year-old. You'd have to explain it to me because we know.
show me
that
the deaths.
Well, but not only
hold
that-
hold on. But do they have to have flu shots?
No.
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 And flu kill more children.
I'm pro-vaccine. So
Me
I'm
too.
pro-vaccine. Diphtheria, mumps, tetanus, smallpox,
100%. Yep,
that
I'm
shit
with you.
kills. We know this.
I'm with you.
Polio.
Yep.
Give it to. I'm all about it.
You know what I
pertussis.
am? I'm pro-health.
I'm pro-health.
Me too.
So those vaccines, if that's an issue, let's do it. If you can prove to me that is an issue with COVID for kids, my kids will
Oh,
get the
but
shot.
they'll be like this. They'll be like, there are babies with COVID, and they'll hit you with that.
No,
Two
no,
or three
no.
of them.
But
two or three. of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The exception, my kid's not getting vaccinated. I need actual
It
proof
drives
that's
me
an
nuts.
issue.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Why don't these people that are with that
Pfizer
debate
cares about babies. That's why, because they care about 5 and under.
Because now that COVID's dying, almost completely gone, especially in California, in other parts of the world, and mandates have been released. So now we know the general population's vaccinated. We know certain people just aren't getting vaccinated. They can't do anything about that. So the next wave to make money is in children 5 and under.
Did you see what
That's
Johns
the only
Hopkins?
move they can
That's
make.
crazy.
Did you see the
man.
Johns Hopkins study that came out yesterday? Do you see Johns Hopkins? Now,
Pretty
that is
credible.
just a little bit credible.
Yeah.
Good at lacrosse,
Johns
too.
Hopkins.
Good at lacrosse.
Yes.
What?
Definitely good at
Well,
lacrosse.
It is one of the Johns Hopkins when they come out with a study. It's
The smartest
it's as-
minds are in
It's
Johns
as it's as close to dogma and it's close to gospel in the medical industry.
What'd they
as well.
say?
They came out about lockdowns and take a look at how effective they said lockdowns were. They
with depression and opioids.
Oh no! I'm just saying. No lockdowns and masks just in
No, it
stopping
costs
the spread of
more.
the,
It costs more spread.
Yeah.
because you're confined
Yeah.
with each other.
I think it was-
And also, what
there
did it
was
do
a
to?
0.2%
And also, what
difference.
did it do to lower income families that are forced? They're on top of each
on
other.
They
top
don't
of each
care
other.
about that. Wait a
No.
minute. But you're not dealing with people that know what that's like. What are you talking about? You got government bureaucrats who are trying to keep us safe.
Yet Newsom's at a fucking football
trying
game
to
with
keep us safe.
15,000 people
But he's trying
without
to
a
keep us
mask.
safe.
And you're around Magic
No.
Johnson without a mask?
No,
you
let
have
the-
fucking
Let
AIDS.
the government keep you safe.
Can I also
Had
can I
HIV.
add one
Yeah,
little
cured.
thing? And this might be a different perspective and not as popular. But like the one thing that we're missing is that, like I said, we're a society that wants our information now. Yo, that's not how science works. So I also think that we've also in that gotcha There's a large part of the population that's psyched. I fucking told you that what they said about masks coming out wasn't
And they
right.
didn't know.
Look, science
Nobody
is
knew.
not about proving things right. It's about proving things wrong,
Josh,
right? And so it takes
but Josh,
years,
I know what
right?
you're saying. Like with Fauci and all that shit and Biden and Newsom, they didn't know. I'm fine with that.
Okay.
If you don't know, I'm fine with that. Then why are we still doing it?
I agree with that.
Now we
I
know.
agree with that. I agree with
and
that.
you still,
That's how I feel.
I agree with that.
And now we gave you an inch and you've taken a mile.
I agree with that.
And we're 2 years into this thing. Now we
that's
know.
what government
now we
does.
know.
'Cause they want
And you're
power.
still going to do this?
How has it affected? Because I don't have, kids. How has it affected?
They don't know any different. It's heartbreaking.
Well, so my
like,
son,
I'll open
for
my
2 years now, talking to other kids in a mask.
How
You know
old?
what that does? He's 10. You know what that does to your communication skills? You can't read faces. We don't know what it does, but it ain't.
Well, no, in
good.
5 years, 10 years.
Yeah.
Well, I guarantee
That's
I'll
crazy.
have an email from Tiger's teachers, and they send me these pictures. I tell them, don't send me those fucking pictures. When you guys get rid of the mask, send me the pictures. The kids could be anybody. They show them
Oh, they
playing
make them
drums.
take full-on
They have
pictures? Oh,
their
yeah.
mask on. I go, don't send me these fucking pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need pictures with kids in masks.
Private school, public school,
Private.
and still masks.
I gotta send something.
Is that how? Is it all private schools mandated?
LA district, LA County. But the mask mandate's about to go right before the Super Bowl. Isn't that convenient?
Yeah.
Isn't it convenient?
Money.
Isn't it convenient?
Wait,
Whoa.
Isn't it
I didn't even
convenient
think
that
about
Newsom
that.
got caught not wearing a mask and now we're talking about getting rid of masks? Isn't that convenient? Isn't that weird?
Now I got to tell you, I got the COVID.
I've had
all did.
hold on.
Have you had all
I've
three?
excuse me, sir. I was the original comic that got it.
Yeah.
Me and Brian were.
Yeah,
we got
you-
so much shit for it. Dude.
I know. I remember in San Antonio.
Name a variant. Your boy has had it. I've had them. I've had all three. I'm one of the only people on planet that have all three.
Dude, you're the most protected motherfucker out there. You've got all the antibodies.
I'll lick your face right now.
Yep.
No.
I'll do meet and greets.
No.
I'll fucking
right.
Yeah.
No.
I'll make out with guys. What do you
it.
got, Chin? Wait, what?
Yeah, right? Yeah, no. What you got, Jen?
I love this video.
So on a lighter note,
didn't see
Logan
this.
Paul is currently in South Africa on vacation. And I guess while this happened, he was surrounded by a bunch of monkeys while he was hanging out with his friends, and a monkey decides to rob him.
this is great.
Take this camera. They just jack his shit. Those monkeys.
Oh,
shit.
damn.
Are those baboons?
Yeah.
So Brian Callen,
no.
help me a little bit.
Yeah. You know
Can that,
baboons,
can that monkey
right?
take him?
Fuck yes.
That monkey
A
will
baboon
bite the
would.
fuck out
They
of
would
you.
just.
The baboon will fuck him up?
But what
Yes.
I do is I pick up a stick and I run at that fucking monkey and he drops my bag right away.
What did
But
he
that
take,
monkey
though?
that just charged
Yeah.
at him, he could rip his face off easy.
100%.
Well,
Explain to him.
The
dude.
baboon?
Can you bring
Say
up?
baboon.
That's a male
Show their
baboon.
teeth.
Show me.
So
show
they
the
look
teeth.
friendly
Yeah.
there.
and they're
but
not
you
weak.
pull the old gums back.
Just baboon
They have
teeth?
weak. Just get
Because
a
I don't know.
baboon.
I know you're a master
Yeah,
of
you
the
know
animal
the-
kingdom,
Yeah.
and you
They
understand.
have 6-inch
Oh,
toes.
couple things-
no.
Oh,
Yeah.
my
Right
God.
there. So he
That's a
looks
male
friendly
baboon.
because he's hiding those.
Fucking
But if you want to
male
play
baboon.
ball with him, and you're gonna get fucking annihilated.
Yeah, he'll bite you hard.
Do you know I did a
the top left of
Now,
he was fucking
males,
with.
men, grown
That's
men
what they
like
were figuring.
Logan, if he comes running at that monkey, he's going to run away. Actually,
Really?
he's going to run away.
Oh, really?
If you come at him and start fucking swinging, that thing's going to run.
But when they show their teeth, that's like,
Yeah, but if you, with,
They're
a,
trying to,
with a
like-
baboon, they're all dominance hierarchy. So for the most part, if you got the balls and you come at them, there's a good chance that
they,
he'll-
they
by
understand
the way-
their
But
size.
also,
They
if I'm looking,
understand-
I ain't doing
if
that.
Pardon
I'm
me for
looking
this, hold
Paul
on.
with 50 million, I go take the camera.
Yeah,
Oh wow!
Whoa, jeez.
Sorry about that.
that was impressive.
Did you blow out your fucking?
All right,
Okay.
that's good. Might be a good way to end. Okay, good way.
Do we have any more?
Do you have any
Jim?
more?
no,
I mean, give me a few more. I mean, it
was
was like
like-
shit in here.
A lot of it
your
was
dog
pretty.
was gonna be the problem. It's more of you.
Yeah, there you go.
I grew up with 3 older brothers. This is how we talk.
Yeah,
to
no,
each
I've
other.
done that before.
A lot of it was Joe Rogan heavy.
Is
so
it about what?
just a lot of stuff. He's in the news a lot right now. So
Oh,
Trevor
no, I
Noah
don't
was
care
talking about
this
that.
one. What else you got?
No,
Yeah, I don't
so
care what
he,
these
he
hoes
made
say.
this video, right? Which was a weird video. He was talking about color. Because Joe Rogan and
He was on
Jordan
Jordan Peterson.
Peterson
I
were
listened to it. It
talking.
was a snippet of that entire podcast.
Yeah, they're just saying like, why it's weird that
Saying
they
how
call
weird
black
race is. Yeah.
black people.
Then the woke Trevor Noah in his Bel Air mansion of $50 million goes, oh, this is why. Yep. What else? you
Yeah,
got?
okay. And then
Dude, you know
so
what is
what did
fascinating
he
to me
say?
about people
People drive me fucking crazy.
with and look, man, you know, I don't really know Joe, so this is from an outsider's perspective.
It breaks my heart how they attack him.
He is a dude who the thing that I admire the most about him is his constant thirst for knowledge.
Yes.
His constant
he says wow. He says wow more than anybody
his
else.
constant curiosity. For me, that is what is the best thing. Look, to be that curious still and to have that thirst for knowledge is, and so
But
to
the mainstream
try to
media doesn't
pigeonhole
want that.
this
Yeah.
dude.
The mainstream, but that's the thing.
crazy.
When they pigeonhole, they're so far off
It's
because
crazy.
you're talking about a guy that doesn't have funding from Pfizer.
It just makes
and
him
these major
bigger.
networks.
Yeah,
Just
it
makes
does.
him
All he
bigger.
has is an open agenda, and
Exactly.
and he has no agenda.
Yeah, that's it.
You could literally come on there and talk about octopus for
Yeah.
3 hours, and he's into
Yeah.
it.
Here's what I've narrowed it down to, like, because it is annoying hear all these people say these things about Rogan, but like it's like when I think about it, they don't fucking know him.
That's it.
We do.
They also don't
We
listen
know
to
him,
him.
so
They-
like
they also haven't listened to him.
it frustrates us because it's like we fucking know him, but like these people,
He's one of the best people I've ever met in my
they
life.
Don't.
And you want to talk
they
about
don't
someone who's
fucking-
giving and
Oh my
caring and gives
God.
back? Get the fuck out of here.
Bruh.
But that's the thing, man. They're
Insane.
taking headlines. They're
I got an argument with one of my family members. I won't say who, and I just go, "Have you ever listened to a podcast?" There's nobody that's doing more for us
Agreed.
than him. Because you know why? Because he doesn't have an agenda.
Agreed.
He's not backed by anybody.
whoever you are, whether you listen to Fox, Tucker, you listen to CNN, with that, they all have agendas. They
tries-
have to have an
he
agenda.
tries- he-
Rogan has no agenda.
You know,
Zero.
his agenda is the truth.
That's
his
right.
agenda is trying to get.
I wouldn't even say it's the truth. His agenda is just getting other
Have a
ideas out there.
conversation.
It's not even the truth,
And then
dude.
letting you decide what you want
His
to pick up on.
agenda
Yeah.
is information and knowledge, and he's going to give you information, and it's how you want to digest that. But he's going to give you a bunch of
And
different.
here's what's
perspectives.
triggering for fucking Trevor Noah's bitch ass.
Wait,
for
there's a
I
reason.
know. I know.
There's a reason I brought this up, though.
For sure, for
But go ahead,
CNN,
go ahead.
Was he
for
good? Was he
for
good?
Tucker Carlson. Here's what all of them just right. Rogan's supposed to be this meathead and all this. He's smarter than all of them,
But
and
Trevor
it's
might be
triggering
defending
for
him.
him.
He might be
He's
defending
not.
No, so
He's
this
not.
particular
I've
skit
seen it.
happened earlier, right?
Okay.
He was saying the whole color thing, and then in this skit, he was just like, "What?" But he's not black. He's like a different, a lighter shade. And then he runs away off camera, and then you hear like a police siren saying like, "Oh, it doesn't matter because you're,
Black.
you're still black, whatever." So then after that, he's talking about the Spotify thing, and he takes Joe Rogan's side. After Joe Rogan did his video, he agrees that bringing people on from different things. It's not Joe Rogan's ideas. It's him bringing people
It's him
on.
giving the
platform
It's
to talk.
his
Yeah.
because these
only-
people are silenced. And now I wish you would have alerted.
That's what I was trying to tell you guys. But you guys just jumped
we
in.
got
Gotta
hyped.
tell you,
We got
Sorry,
hyped.
Joe
We got hyped.
really-
I got hyped.
Because usually Trevor
You got
shits
upset.
on Joe.
He really has. Joe has the only program, really, that allows all the perspectives.
Yes.
That allows.
And if I'm
all
CNN
of-
or on Fox, I'm going, we got to get a more open mind, fellas. Like,
Yeah,
our
dude.
ratings
Exactly.
suck, man. Like, let's take a page from Joe Rogan's book. Let's get other minds on here. Even though they don't agree with us, they can debate with, whoever we want.
still
but
don't
let's
pay
get
a
them on.
price.
They
Yeah.
used
They
to
still
do
get
that
a
back in the
salary.
day.
That's
Yeah.
right.
They used to do that.
CNN
but
used to be my
Fox
favorite.
used- Fox
They don't
used
do
to
that anymore.
back
They
in the
get
day.
a salary. They don't pay a price.
That's right.
Yeah, I agree. You know what makes me cringe for this day is Eddie Bravo for the longest has been telling us how fucking CNN and Fox News has agendas and they have all this stuff. And then I was arguing with him on Fight Campaign, the original Fight Campaign with Joe Rogan. And it was you were there and Eddie's there and Joe's there. And Eddie goes, "Where do you get your fucking news?" I go, "CNN?" And he goes, "Literally, you could have seen his head go." He goes, "What? CNN?" And I think I'm like, "Oh my God."
Hey, but flat Earth. So it's hard for me to It's hard. I get it. He
That
might
takes
not
a
be
little
the
wind out of his sails. That takes a little wind out of his sails.
That's hilarious.
But
Yeah.
for the most part, he's been right on 99.9 except Flat Earth. But the rest of it, Flat Earth I can't fuck with. Dude, I'm so... As soon as someone goes Flat Earth, I'm like, I'm out of
Yeah,
here.
it's hard. Yeah,
Eddie's
it's
the
hard.
only guy. He's such a good person. And
Yeah.
when he talks about, Harvey Weinstein and Jerry Epstein, he was so fucking right. We talk about Fox and CNN. He's
a lot.
so right. I still talk to Eddie probably once a week, man.
yep.
I love Eddie. Love Eddie.
Fucking hilarious.
He just doesn't want to come on anymore.
a broken
I tried to
clock-
get him on the regular fight campaign,
No.
the Calabasas fight
he's a
campaign.
little afraid
He
right
doesn't want to do it.
How come?
He's
He's like, I don't want to be in the spot. He's like, the show's too big. I don't want to be on the public spot anymore. What else you got, Jen? Give us
All
one
right,
more.
this is a little frustrating, but so
If it's
people
not the
are.
Rogan thing, I'm gonna break.
It is, but
that's all right.
I want you to see what this person wrote. That's why. So
till the end.
another person jumped off of or was asking her for her music to be off Spotify in her podcast.
Before you tell us, are they relevant?
I mean, to her fans, I don't know.
NDRE.
You know who NDRE is, right?
Yeah, I know NDRE.
But okay, just read what she wrote here. And this was very frustrating for me when I read this.
I have decided to pull my music and podcasts from Spotify. Neil Young opened a door that I must walk through. I believe in freedom of speech. However, I find Joe Rogan problematic for reasons other than his COVID views. For me, it's also his language around race.
Continue.
What I am talking about is respect who gets and who doesn't. Paying musicians a fraction of a penny and him 100 million.
That is like, get out of here.
This shows the type of company they are and the company that they keep.
It's about money.
It's about money.
Hey, hold up. You realize that fucking Neil Young, you went to Amazon. Oh, so you partake in what Jeff Bezos stands for?
Yeah. But not
you don't
only
think that guy's taking
But
advantage
not
of
only that,
employees?
When he joined
You
Spotify,
fucking
their stock went up about $2 billion.
$2 billion.
Yeah.
So he's just
money.
It's just the marketplace, IndieRE.
Money.
It's the marketplace.
By the way,
You know what their stock does when IndieRE jumps up?
nothing. It doesn't go anywhere.
She hasn't made a hit in
And- and
15 years.
can I
She
tell you
got-
what
she
it
got some
does?
hits.
Can
She
I
got
tell you
some
what it does? It makes
I have
people
more
Google.
followers than her. That's not good.
No.
B,
See?
it makes people
Way more.
The only thing it does is it makes people
love
Google
IndieRE.
who is
Fuck
IndieRE.
IndieRE.
That's all it makes people Google.
I have more followers than her. I'm not shit.
That just made Joe Rogan a lot more popular.
Not really. No one knows who she is.
Yeah.
I know.
Chappelle just
You love music. She ain't shit.
I love the fact that Joni Mitchell and Neil Young think they're leading a revolution.
But no, my favorite is, but they're jumping to Amazon. Neil goes, I'm taking my music
Boy, what
to
a
Amazon.
sacrifice.
I'm like,
what a sacrifice.
but hold on. So you know what Jeff Bezos stands for, right? You think he pays the employees
The
all the
ultimate
issues they have?
capitalist.
Yeah.
You know what they're saying is if you hit the wall, when you're on Amazon, if you hit the wall, like when you hit the wall,
You're fired.
climb the wall.
Yeah.
That's what.
Or you're fired.
Have you read about Amazon's
It's fantastic.
employees?
It's nuts.
They don't even get bathroom breaks,
No,
dude.
they have to
What?
piss in
They're gonna-
containers.
No, that's not
No.
true.
They shit in containers.
That's not true.
I swear to God.
You mean
They
like
track
hiking
their
Mount
movement.
Everest?
Yeah, because if they don't get a product from point A to
Look
point
it
B
up.
in
In a
the
certain
amount of
time?
time, they lose their job.
If
So
you
they're
don't
peeing and
perform
shitting
for
ass.
Amazon,
Are you
it is
talking
the
about the truck
ultimate
drivers?
capitalist.
I'm talking about the employees in the actual warehouse.
I'm talking about the employees that work for Amazon. Look at the managers. You want that money? Look at what their schedules are. They
So
work
Neil
100
Young
hours a
goes,
week.
"Oh, that guy's better than Joe Rogan." You moron.
When you hit the wall, climb the wall.
You
says Jeff.
moron.
Damn.
You moron.
Also, there's a story recently about an Amazon warehouse actually collapsing. A bunch of
They
people
forced him
that-
to stay
They
during the
forced the
tornado.
workers to
Yeah, they
go the
died.
next
They all
day.
died.
all
While
died.
they were still looking
And
for
you
workers'
think
bodies.
that's a better platform than Spotify with
He's
Rogan?
making
Yeah.
a courageous choice.
You haven't been relevant in 40 years.
You know what I think it is? I don't think it's about Rogan. I think they're using that as an excuse
To get out.
because they don't want to say they're not making enough money with Spotify.
Agree.
And in
There's an excuse.
India RE just proved it right there.
It's not
by
a
saying
sacrifice.
that.
What they're
It's not a
doing-
sacrifice. It's
what
like
they say
because
Joe
they're talking
Rogan's-
about you pay him $100 million,
Yeah.
but you don't pay me.
They're
just
moral
I
exhibition.
get it.
That
But
India
say-
Reed, though, that's a
but say
victim
that.
mentality. That's-
Moral exhibitionism.
But shouts
moral
out to India
exhibitionism,
RE.
Virtue signaling.
No, fucking ERE. Also, don't get me started on that coach with the Miami Dolphins who's suing the NFL.
Oh, yeah, we have that too, but
You know about
Whoa, whoa,
this?
whoa, whoa, whoa,
That's-
whoa.
you're okay with
Bubba,
him.
that dog is not friendly. That's a dangerous dog.
Hey.
That's a dangerous
No, he's
dog.
cool, man. Be cool.
I know.
I wish
but-
my hand
Don't
on
look
that.
at that.
yeah, how about,
let's end on a happy note. I have just a
Walk
quick
across
video.
that
No,
way.
well, hey, how about
That dog-
don't look at
Hey.
it. Don't look at
Hey.
it.
Dude, that dog is gonna bite somebody.
Don't put him in the
I'm
eyes.
telling
Don't
you.
put him in the
I
eyes.
Been
promise
around
you,
dogs a
he's
long
Don't
time.
don't stare him in the eyes.
Yeah.
Meatball.
That dog is
Meatball,
going
don't look
after
at it.
people.
You're okay.
all right.
He's
So
a cute
we
dog though.
were tagged a bunch in this.
Big
It's
dick
about the
on
Short
him.
Kings.
Big dick. Dangerous.
You guys good? About the Short Kings? Check it out.
Went to a Short Kings function last
I
night.
love this.
Men
Sorry,
under
dude.
5'8", and their dates have to be 5'10" and over.
What do you think about this?
Sounds more like a tall queen.
I think that Tim Holland Spider-Man's trying to change the agenda, but
Here's the thing.
big boys will always be on top.
I don't think Tom Holland's trying to change an agenda. He just so happens to be dating Zendaya,
Who's the baddest on the
who is
planet?
like the baddest
Now that
standing at
Rihanna's pregnant, she's
5'11".
probably number one now.
How tall is she?
She's too skinny for me.
She's
but
5'11".
bad. She's
tall.
She's skinny though.
Her parents actually wanted her to be a basketball player when she was younger, and then she got into acting.
Wait,
and
she's
make
tall?
no money.
She's
in
tall.
WNBA.
She's taller than Tom Holland?
yeah, he's 5'6.5". She's 5'11".
He's
I didn't mean to laugh at that. I'm sorry.
Yo, let me
Spider-Man,
ask you
though.
something. You ever talk to a dude like 5'9" seems to be short guys always seem to go for that height. I'm 5'9". You're like, bro.
Yeah.
But you know you can tell they're not 5'9" when they go, I'm 5'9" exactly, which means that you're 5'7".
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone
Wow.
who's actually
Yeah,
5'9".
yeah.
You're pretty honest. This Short King's pretty honest.
He's honest about his
How
height,
tall are
which
you,
is nice.
Christian?
5'5".
Yeah, that's short.
What's the tallest girl you've ever dated?
5'11".
6'1".
5'11"?
11?
That's pretty damn.
And did she wear heels when you went out ever?
Nah, but what made me want to end it was she had to bend over to kiss me one time, and I was like,
How long did it last?
a month?
Yeah.
It was emasculating. So
Was she bigger than you at all?
Excuse me.
she was like, she was skinny,
Hey, right?
Like, not muscular, but
Hey.
Can you not do a long yeah? Can you go yeah?
Yeah.
Like you're just
That's longer than I thought.
And then watch this. As she bends over to kiss and they break up, she walks around the corner and running goes, I got you.
Yeah.
Just with a coat.
I know,
around
yeah,
her
just
shoulder.
slides
I
in.
got you.
You
Step
need
on
me
into
to
my
you need me to
Ford.
get that cup from the top shelf for you. Let me help you out.
yeah,
a little
that
bit.
was
Life is
one of the
easier for
perks.
tall people.
Was it? Oh, I bet.
Yeah, she was getting everything on the top shelf.
Life-
Whenever
life
she'd get
was
mad at
easy.
me, she'd put it on the top shelf.
Life
so I
was
couldn't
easier
reach
for
it.
him during the Tough Mudder.
During Tough
though.
Mudder,
The
yeah.
Mudder, he
Bruh.
because he could go under the shit.
Was
Life is a
doggy
tough
style
mother.
harder because she was at a higher angle
little
and you
bit,
kind of had to
little
fuck
bit.
up?
Yeah, that's what I'm
A little
saying.
bit. I had to,
No, she's
like,
laying down.
That's
you
interesting.
do. You got to fuck up a little bit.
Unless she can really, throw them legs.
But when they
No
My
doggy.
bed wasn't big enough for her to like really sprawl out. Like her
doggy's
legs were down.
harder because if
okay.
she's on full,
Oh no, doggy's out the window for
yeah,
him.
because then you got to really you're
that's not a
fucking
thing.
up like
That's not
that.
a
I'm
That's-
sorry, brother.
Yeah. Well, at least it ended though, you know.
Yeah.
It was on my bucket list.
5'11" was on your bucket list.
Yeah, like just
We're done.
a big girl. Yeah,
And you did it.
tall girl.
6'2".
Little
did it.
person.
We're in Atlanta. We leave tomorrow early, Chappelle. Atlanta this Thursday, Friday,
Early
Saturday.
flight.
Them bitches are almost sold out. Atlanta, Georgia, Punchline. Come get your fucking thick tickets. Hollywood Improv, Shab and Friends, Los Angeles, February 9th, Hollywood Improv. One show only. That is a Wednesday, February 9th, Hollywood Improv, Shab and Friends. Then Sacramento is February 24th through the 26th. Feel like I'm forgetting. Oh, the next Tough Mudder will be April 9th. Again, we had 400 people run last time. This one's even bigger. This is actually right outside LA, so it's kind of near LA, so they can say LA. You can do a 5K, 10K, or 15K. Sign up with the thick sign up again. That's going to be up very soon, but that's going down. That's April 9th. There will be a fight campaign that night, so hopefully I don't die.
Guys, I'm at is it called Dania Beach?
It's right. It's 30 minutes outside Miami.
I haven't been there
Good
yet.
club.
I'm going there. My shows have been selling like fucking crazy. So if you guys want to go,
Hell yeah.
grab them early. And mostly, guys, if you are curious at all, the podcast I'm doing with my son called Hey Man, it's so much fun. I would love
Maybe
if
we
you
should
want to
change
take
it
a chance.
Why don't we change to Josh and Morty?
Well,
Think
Jacob
about it.
and Morty.
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. I probably should get a new picture.
Come see me. We already sold 200 tickets. Las Vegas, Nevada. Me and Sam Tripoli, Diversion Amusements, February 19th. We got 2 shows. We're going to be debating 3 conspiracies. I will be trying to debunk them, and then we will be breaking
do it
up
on
and doing
Jews.
stand-up.
Yeah,
Oh God.
good one.
Full circle.
No, we'll
Jews,
not be
real
that.
or fake?
That was a
Probably be
callback.
we'll be talking about election fraud.
I
I'm
think
taking
that's
on
a-
election fraud. I'm taking on
man, I've been beat
COVID
to
stuff
death. Oh,
and,
I know,
and
right? To
January
death.
6th.
This is me getting beat to death on the subject.
Yeah, no, not to the conspiracy theories. I want to debunk all those things.
Sure.
It's going to
Yeah.
be an argument. Then I got Appleton, Wisconsin, Skyline Comedy Club, March 3rd to the 5th. Louisville, Kentucky, Louisville Comedy Club, March 17th and 19th. Miami, Florida, Miami Improv, March 25th.
Too many dates though, you know.
February 25th to 26th, I'll be in Kansas City, Missouri at the Comedy Club of Kansas City. March 10th through the 12th, I'll be in Springfield, Missouri at the Blue Room Comedy Club. And April 8th and April 9th, I'll be in Salt Lake City at Wise Guys.
I love that.
Comedy
Yeah.
Club. I won't be able to do that Tough Mudder.
You're a piece of shit.
Well, that turned quick. You were like, April, yeah. And he was like, I can't
It was all
fuck
this like
you.
buddy
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah,
You
we're
can't
together.
go on the road with me and shit. He has his own life now. Whatever,
Yeah.
dude.
Doing it.
Yeah, man.
Also, if you haven't seen it, the Francis Ngannou, the best man on the planet food truck just dropped on Thick Boy. Next week we have such a big week. I'll keep you guys posted. But Francis Ngannou food truck is available right now on Thick Boy. Josh, we love you, man.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you
That was
having me.
amazing.
Your dog is a real liability.
Go ahead.
We love you guys. We love you guys. We're out.
I'll buy a muzzle.